Hey, how's it going?
What's up?
Hey, I need you to do me a quick favor, man.
Dude, if the fucking doctor said it's herpes, it's herpes.
No, not that, not that. I already got that checked out. I need you to help me, please help me create a cover song for my Too Much Trash podcast.
Okay. Alright, I got the perfect one. Ready?
Ready?
TNT! It's too much trash! TNT! Well, what will last? TNT! One does drugs! TNT! And one has
Oh no, that's dangerous, huh?
Too much motherfucking trash.
And we're back and we're live video.
Video recording. So you can
Video recording.
incriminate our faces.
Yeah.
That's why I
Sons
got
of
my
bitches.
fancy cup
Motherfuckers.
for the video. Just
it-
for you guys to keep it classy.
You know, we're only gonna be uploading it to BitChute. BitChute has its own it has its own audience, hardcore audience.
BitChute. I never even heard of this.
Never? Have you?
Never heard of it.
It's a growing platform. It's a competitor with YouTube.
I have heard of
And the
it.
only reason they keep promoting BitChute is because YouTube keeps censoring YouTube commentators, mostly right wingers, but not just right wingers. Just a lot of.
We'll put it in a conservative YouTube.
No, not necessarily.
Not necessarily, but really.
It's kind of like. Have you heard of? It's a growing platform for sure. It's not. It's long. So the sooner we get into this, the better we have a chance. Like, oh wow, these guys have been here since this long.
Yeah, well, I don't think anything's
Well-
ever gonna get close to YouTube.
BitChute. BitChute.
You heard it here, guys. BitChute. One day you're
BitChute.
gonna overtake YouTube.
Buy some stock on BitChute.
You heard it here.
You heard it here.
Ridiculous.
You never know. Well, YouTube never fucking makes a profit. And you know what? BitChute just made its own program, so it's becoming a competitor. It made its own program where its creators can become a partnership, just like YouTube, and you can make where they'll buy ads, just like YouTube. It's growing, man. I'm telling you.
Why don't you get in it?
Yeah, why don't you get some?
Oh, we are in it.
We're
Yeah,
in there.
apparently this is the first
Apparently-
video.
This is the first video of
Just
BitChute.
got
That's what I'm
it.
saying too. I'm a little comfortable uploading it today.
Alright.
It's not just for right wing. I'm saying a lot of left wing people there too, because they see a fucking market there.
Yeah,
They see a
they're
market.
not gonna say no to money.
Yeah,
Say no to money.
they're not gonna say no to money.
Would you put stock in BitChute?
I would.
If you had $5,000, would you put it in the company?
I would definitely fucking put it in.
How much? How much is the stock of BitChute stock?
Probably nothing. A little bit. How much is YouTube stock? Probably nothing.
Probably nothing. You're right.
I know Facebook is like 150 a share. I would imagine YouTube is around there, similar to that.
A lot of third world immigrants believe that Facebook is the internet.
A lot of third world immigrants believe Facebook is a devil.
Yeah, like your mom.
Yeah, my mom believes Facebook is a devil.
My mom loves Facebook.
It's so funny seeing my mom. She's like on her phone, and then now she does the same shit we do. Mireya would come and say, "Ma, can you give me something to eat, like some little snack or whatever?" In a little bit, she's doing the same shit. It doesn't matter who you are.
It sucks you up.
It sucks you in. It doesn't matter
You
how
could
old
be
you
the best
are.
mom ever, huh?
It doesn't matter how old you are. You're always gonna be like, hold on.
I'm not addicted to Facebook.
Hey, well, I mean, not Facebook, but you're on your phone.
Yeah.
And you'll be telling Annabelle, hold on,
No.
I gotta do something real quick.
No, he doesn't even hear her.
completely black out everybody.
I'm like, what?
Because I'm
like-
reading.
you're like-
I read.
Uh,
A lot of people, I feel like a lot of people go to Facebook, man, and they're just looking.
It's more of an image video board.
I'm reading.
I don't know. I get so into like the interaction
I'm not.
with people.
I'm
Like
fuck about
I like
it.
looking for conversations that I can jump into. I like poking my head like, what's going on here?
You know,
What about here? What about this page? Or like,
That's
groups or
that's one of my biggest things.
what?
Opening my Facebook or opening my Instagram or whatever, right? And I'm going down the feed and I keep seeing the same motherfucking person. They keep posting shit. So like every couple pictures, another picture of them or whatever.
It's
they're
annoying,
doing.
right?
Another picture of them. You know what I find myself doing? Deleting those motherfuckers. I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't
Or
even know you or
You
your
can just
life.
hide
Delete.
their
You
stuff.
do
I don't hide. I delete.
Yeah, you can hide it.
Yeah, I
I
hide
don't
a
know.
Why
bunch
you
of
delete
it.
them?
Because
Is it-
fuck them. I don't need
Do
them
you
in
get
my
jealous?
shit. No, I don't get jealous. I'm like, I don't want to. Why am I following you? I don't give a fuck about you. You're annoying me because you put so many pictures. Delete. I don't need to know you in my life.
He's mad because I uploaded a bunch of pictures of my truck. He's like, he's jealous of my truck.
Oh, did you really?
Delete.
No.
Chu. Delete.
But we were just talking about how he's like, then that truck looks nice. But the only reason it looks nice or remotely nice is because of the tires and they added a little lift.
Yeah.
Because I saw
it
that
looks
same
nice.
exact truck
All
with
fucked
stock
What
tires.
truck? What truck are we talking about, people?
GMC Sonoma 2000 Classic.
Nothing
GMC.
but
No, it's a classic because it's 20 years.
It almost looks like one of those. It almost looks like one of those S10s.
Yeah, it's an
It
S10.
does.
It's the same thing.
well, they share the same
What are
cars.
S10s?
Chevys.
it's
so
just
they're
a Chevy.
Chevys.
Yeah,
So they're
it's
like
the same
the-
exact thing.
Yeah, they use the same they're
The-
the same sister thing. But
But the thing is that
But-
it looks nicer with the tires and the lift.
mm,
That's all.
How much of those tires cost?
$190 each tire. So to fill up the whole thing, I think I added the math.
Let's do the math. Let's do the math.
that was like a
Three?
grand
I don't have my
right there.
fucking phone on me.
There's
What are you
four,
talking about?
400?
2, 4, 6, 8?
and then you got 4 times 9, 4 times 90 is 360. So you got 760.
Yeah, that's exactly what I came up with.
I did that shit in my head. See?
Nah, I did it on the calculator earlier, and then I told him.
Yeah, you told me,
I
huh?
did it.
No, bro, it's in my head.
From me
I did
telling
it.
you.
No, I did it in my head right now. You fuck. I added up 400s and I multiplied 4 by 90,
Wow.
and then I added those two numbers.
So,
So-
math is your strong suit, right?
Math, numbers make sense to me.
Numbers make sense.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah, numbers make sense. They're not different.
Hey, you're not wearing your anime shirt.
No, today I'm wearing a Revolution shirt.
What is that?
From?
A Bernie
Oh.
Sanders fucking rally?
Yeah, this is Bernie Sanders shirt. 100% Bernie Sanders shirt.
No. I know where it's from.
Where is it from?
If I might know where it's from. Is it from that show with the alien girl? Stranger Things?
No, I don't think so.
No?
No, I don't think
It's
so.
from a show?
I don't know what it's from.
No.
I just got it because I thought it was cool.
I'm pretty sure it's from Stranger Things.
I saw it because I thought it was cool
Or
because
no. What about It? Was it from It? You know how
Lover.
they're lovers versus
I don't know what it's from.
I don't
I think
know.
that it was cool
You're
because
right.
if you look at the mirror,
Yeah.
the red says love.
Yeah.
It says lover.
No, it just says love. The red.
But there's no or,
Yeah. well,
Lover, know it to. I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyways,
It's interesting. It's an interesting shirt.
it is an interesting shirt.
so anyways, I want to tell you a quick story about my native friend. He just got hired into my company. Truck driver, right?
Okay.
So he does this
Wait.
for a living.
Your
My native
friend?
Yeah, the one I dropped.
The one you dropped here and almost murdered.
Yeah,
How do you live
So-
with yourself, Drew?
I don't.
You don't?
I have
Alter ego?
tremors at night.
Tremors at night?
Yeah.
He sweats.
Tremors at night
He has
where
nice
you-
sweats. He
He
wakes
has-
up with the gun.
I
And
scratch
points
my
it at
head.
Daniela. Like,
He wakes up with a shaky gun pointing at people. Like, oh shit, what the fuck am I doing? What am I doing?
Yeah, just like that kid from Tiger King, Trevor.
yeah.
Please, motherfucker. He just pulls out.
Oh my god.
He
I think.
pulls out a what?
Oh, you've never seen this, huh?
I haven't seen the show.
What?
Oh, dude.
Did you finish it?
Yeah,
Tiger King.
I finished
Tiger
it.
King on Netflix.
It's not as hyped up as people made it out to be.
Well,
But
you
it's
know
crazy.
what it
It's
is?
entertaining.
You know what it is? People hyped it up way too much. I was into it before it was even a thing.
Oh yeah, once it
When
started
I was,
playing on
I'm
Netflix.
original.
Oh.
No, but for real, I started watching it, and then I'm like, what the fuck's up with this Tiger King memes? And the memes were like hilarious.
Yeah.
Some of them were more than what the actual shit was about. Like,
But people were like gloating on it too much, and then when I started watching it,
well,
then I was like, "Where's like there were some cool moments and good
it's
moments."
just funny. Like, I get
It's
it. Like
weird.
once everything gets hyped up, then you're like
Having this higher
disappointment.
expectation.
Yeah, that's
But
why.
then I did find a really cool fucking show right afterwards called Happy.
Oh, I've seen it.
It's-
We've seen it.
yeah.
Well, I seen the first season.
Okay.
I saw the first one too. I just finished the first one.
Yes.
That's fucking crazy.
You know
bro.
when we watched that?
I'm sure a long time ago because the season 2's already
Yeah.
out.
But it was we were driving in California, and we had my niece, and like we could only watch it when they were sleeping, and we were over the road, so we were like driving and watching it. But it was pretty engaging. Like it was interesting to say the least.
Yeah, it's a fun show. Me and Chu were talking about it.
I thought we could watch it with like minors for a second.
For a second, but
Yeah.
then you're like, it turns so bad so quickly. Like,
yeah.
it's weird, but
What's
it's
the comedian's name?
What comedian?
The guy that
The
plays
guy who.
the imaginary friend.
Oh, I didn't even know. Who is that? Is it someone famous?
Yeah.
It's a known.
He's like black hair,
You know what's
short, stubby, not Martine, but.
You know who? You know what I thought? No, you know who's I'm sure more famous than him is that fucking the detective, the dirty cop. He used to play an actual detective on New York on Special Victims Unit.
Oh,
older-
yeah. SVU.
SVU.
Yeah, and he has a daughter in SVU.
It's so
Yeah.
they trying to I think they just
Yeah.
tried making it like a little
About
something like
a
kinda
side
rip
story.
off, like a spin
Yeah,
off.
a spin-off. There you go. But without him being the main, it like took you along a weird route, and then it's like, oh, there you go.
Anyways, yeah, that's a good show. But anyways, that's not. We're talking
Happy.
about my little negative friend, Brando. I love you.
He's little.
He's a big guy.
He's a
big
big
name,
guy.
dude.
He's a big motherfucker.
I can't believe.
And he's a big guy. He's like fucking. Anyways, he's taller
Do
than
you
me.
call him a big bear?
Wider. Yeah. Anyways, he's a really good friend of mine, and this guy I got him hired on, so he's been working there for like over a month. And did you know that? I didn't tell you.
No.
Oh.
No.
Sorry. Anyways, so he's truck driving for I don't know 3 going on 4 years now, just like me. And just last week or 2 weeks ago, he pulled into a fuel station where we usually fuel up, and then he drove off for like a couple miles, and his truck started shutting down.
What happened?
He fucking put unleaded instead of diesel.
Oh my god!
I don't.
It fucks it up right away.
You can't run the engine like that. But he pulled over, turned it off, and he called the boss. He's like, hey, I think I put unleaded in this shit. Because he called me. He's like, hey, so at that fuel island, Firebird, because he's used to like going to the pilots, and all of the islands are
the same.
diesel.
Diesel.
And then for gas, it's like a whole different section where you can't even pull your truck in. So then you have another gas substation where there's a bunch of little islands, fuel islands, and he thought all of them were fucking diesel. He didn't think twice about it. He just going one day, put diesel, unleaded. And I just wanted to bust out laughing so hard, and I was just like, Brando, dude, like you're supposed to make me look good.
He's
It's
like,
so
yeah, Tree
When
told
did
me
this
to.
happen?
Like 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah. It was
So what's the consequence? No consequence?
No consequence, bro. My job is
Nice.
so lenient. Because you know what? The mechanics, all they did was siphon it out, and then they poured about 10 gallons inside the tank.
Uh-huh.
And then the mechanic said that, well, with these diesel trucks, all it did was kind of clean it out or something like that. But it's not going to be able to run off of unleaded.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
Yeah.
But is every I never thought about it, but is every semi a diesel?
For the most part.
Every single one?
Almost every single.
And
I've
what's-
never heard of a diesel. I mean, of a
And
semi
what's the
truck.
big difference between the diesel and the semi? I know mileage, gas mileage, right? Diesels last a little
Gas,
longer.
Yep. That's about all I know.
But anything else? Like what's do they burn hotter? Do they burn colder?
I just know it lasts longer. Guys, you get better fuel mileage.
I know, but
Yeah, that's
You
it.
have to.
Yeah.
It's like rocket fuel.
no. I think it's I think it doesn't burn as hot as gasoline. I think diesel
Oh,
cars
maybe.
are slower than unleaded cars. How fast can a semi go?
Oh, they can if they're ungoverned, dude, they can go up to 100 something. But it has to build up. It's so slow to start up, you know. Like it's just like takes so much power just to fucking go down the fucking road. And then once you go on the freeway, you can probably go up to like however fast.
But as
if you're
much
going
time
up,
as you need.
yeah, but if you're going up a hill, no matter if you're
Forget about it.
Yeah, you're just like slowing down.
Slow as fuck.
Slow as fuck.
Doesn't matter what you do.
Doesn't matter what you. Well, unless you're empty, but you're fucking slow. Nothing like a car.
Yeah, I've noticed that when we go to like Mexico and shit, man. We notice when we go up these little mountains with these little ass roads,
Yep.
the fucking trucks, man, the
They
semi
suck.
trucks, man,
They get in the way.
in the way, man. And there's no way. There's only one way and another way, and you'll have like 3 or 4 semi trucks lined up. You can't even pass them, dude.
No, and the thing is, sometimes when I'm driving, like, I know I'm holding traffic up just to try to pass this fuck slow as fuck, past this other truck, and he's not slowing down to help me, but there's like a fucking line
Yeah.
building up behind me, and I'm like, son of a bitch, dude. And I'm just like, this guy's being a fucking asshole, dude. Like, he doesn't. Usually when I'm like, I see a line behind that somebody else trying to pass me, I just slow down and let him cut right in front of me. Some assholes are fucking just like.
Right.
They're too scared.
They're just like, no, they don't. Like, fuck you, you know. That's your problem, and they just fucking right there. And you can't fucking merge unless you're gonna hit them. And you're so close. It takes such a long time.
That's
build up a
insane.
line.
That's really insane. Like every time I see truckers like merging into another truck, like sandwiching it, like one trucker in this little space, and then another trucker, and then the one asshole from behind's like, nah, I'm gonna get ahead, and like he goes and like slowly like gets
It's
in
because they're
front.
governed.
But at
you
the
know?
same time, like why can't you just chill? You can't.
You're thinking about like driving for hours in the same in that 2 mile hour difference, 5 mile hour difference.
Oh,
but
you're right.
then
And you guys are all going the same.
yeah,
the
we're just
same
like,
place.
dude, just
like,
come on, like you're not
that's
gonna be
far.
stuck.
They're not
behind
going
this-
anywhere. Yeah. Okay. But
They're
no,
going-
but it's still like.
You could be stuck behind a truck for like 5-6 hours, and you could pass them. You know,
And you don't get paid
Yeah.
by the hour.
you get paid by the mile, and you don't even pay for the fuel unless you're on over. So, getting stuck behind a truck
It's costing you money.
sucks. It sucks. It just sucks, and you hate it.
Can you guys communicate to each other?
Yeah, they have a CB radio, which I used to have, and what the
Did you ever use it?
Yeah. When you're going through Wyoming,
What was your name?
this is Trucker Nubby Nubs.
Trucker number love coming
Oh,
out. Any other gay truckers out there that's willing
Meet me
to
at the pilot bathroom. Secret password is knock knock nick nog nig nog
Nick Knock, Nick
nig
Knock.
nog.
Hey, you ever heard some gay shit on the fucking radio? Some guys like talking like, hey, how you
No,
doing?
but I heard a girl talking,
Ooh,
and then
girl.
all the fucking truckers got a, hey, how's it going?
What? You horny motherfuckers.
You just hear her girls, well, you should be the fattest bitch ever.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be disgusting.
But
as
you
shit.
know what? They have the.
Hey, how's it going?
I swear that all the like big old girls have better voices.
Oh
like-
yeah.
That's why they are good sex operators. Phone
Yeah,
operators.
man. Like, so I'm working up here.
That's
Yeah,
why
gain
I
some
can't
weight.
work. That's why I can't work in that. It's just too strong.
In the sex thing.
Wait, hold on.
Voice-
Do you think
voice
your
sex?
your voice is sexy?
I think I can make it sexy.
Okay, case improving.
Case improved.
Case
Exactly.
point improving. Whatever the fuck it is.
I don't know. I know that my voice is,
I know we make
Nah,
fat, I know we
not
make
really.
fat jokes about Martin,
but he's not.
but he's not fat. Because when I was talking like we always talk shit about his weight, Robert when he showed up for the podcast,
Blobert.
Robert
Sorry, Blobert. It's just in my head now.
and Robert showed up for the podcast, and he told me later he's like, your brother-in-law is not fat at all.
He was disappointed.
Yeah, he's like, you
He's
guys
like-
make him sound like he's a fucking like this like fat as me and shit like that, you know?
Fatter.
Fatter.
What do they say about me?
He had this fucking image in his head that I was a big fat motherfucker, man.
You
'Cause
were,
all the
you
fat
were
jokes
like,
we make, all the fat
what's
jokes
his
we
name?
make.
Jose? Hoser? Or what's his name?
Who?
Tree's friend. That went and like,
Brando?
no, the one that lives like in Phoenix?
John.
John. Was he expecting a John?
Yeah, like a John.
Whatever
John's
happened
bigger.
to John?
I still keep in touch with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
You should invite him over and do another
He's
podcast.
gonna. I told him that. Well, he's gonna have a wedding. He can invite as many people as so. Yeah. Well,
For reals?
can I invite my brother-in-law? He's like,
He
yeah,
said,
dude,
no,
fucking
no.
bring him.
No. We don't have room for that fat guy.
We shared some good times.
Yeah.
We shared some good times.
You guys went to Sedona,
We went to
right?
Sedona.
Oh
You
yeah.
you all did went to.
We did.
We went to his house and had tacos.
I went there.
No.
What are you talking
Oh no,
about?
you went to the you went.
I went
with
one-
Lee,
I went
Lee,
one
you and
time.
Zoe, and then it was just him and his wife. But you took Annabelle and Zoe to the pool.
Yeah, that was fun. His wife's cool.
Yeah,
She's a nurse.
She
Is
was,
she?
I don't know, or something like that.
She works in the medical field. I think she's a
Yeah,
nurse.
something like that. Cool.
But yeah, she was really cool, and she knew Melissa.
Oh yeah, our stepsister.
Yeah, and it was a cool time. She was very chill. Like she wasn't like
Yeah.
They have big ass dogs.
yeah.
Yeah, big ass dogs
They're
that run the
they're
fucking
scary.
house.
Yeah, they're a little scary.
Mm.
Big
They're a
ass
little
dogs that run the
intimidating.
house.
Like they weren't scary.
What are
They
they, like
weren't,
German shepherds and shit, right?
They were
I don't know.
huskies.
Huskies, that's what it was.
but they were like
Big as
territorial.
fuck. They run the house.
Yeah, I'm like, holy shit.
I feel
You
like
guys don't have
I got
kids,
scared when I tried going in. I don't know if
I
you-
know you did get scared. I was like, don't get scared, bro. He's like, no.
I don't fuck with dogs.
They're territorial.
I fuck dogs. I don't fuck with them.
Fuck them tree. Anyways, sponsored by PETA.
Sponsored by what beer is this?
El Barrio.
Barrio.
Tucson. Local beer.
Bond Tucson local beer.
Oh, local beer, because we support our community, people. And
Yep.
you guys should support your community too.
And-
You sons of bitches.
That's right. You
I-
better support.
Yeah, like for
This guy just did the Hitler way.
Yeah, do that.
You better support.
It's called the Roman salute. That's where Hitler got it from. The Roman salute.
Okay.
There you go.
And that's we should bring it back with all the social
We should
distancing.
bring it back.
With all this social, no touching.
Back the
no
fuck
homo,
up.
Back the fuck up. And you're guaranteed to have a couple Negroes back the fuck up.
Guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
It works. It just works. It's a twofer. You don't get the virus,
That's funny.
and you don't get that.
You thought about that right now?
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Bam. So, have you had to do any weird social distancing stuff or not?
Fuck me, I don't give a shit. I'm
No,
in
like
fact,
does your
I'm
job make you do any weird
Oh, yeah.
social distancing stuff, masks, gloves, anything like that?
No.
She doesn't get out of the truck.
I'm like self-isolated myself. They just tell us, hey, be careful.
That's it.
That's it.
Be careful.
Try not to make contact. Don't touch your face. And all day I'm like this in my fucking truck. All day.
True, you
All day.
for reals.
And I do this shit
Oh,
all
I
day.
touch my face constantly,
Fucking,
bro.
I do.
I touch my face constantly.
My eyes itch.
I'm constantly touching my face. I'm constantly touching my mouth or my
Yep,
nose.
your nose. You fucking
my
feel like something.
ears.
So,
Especially because you feel like something's in your like a booger. You know.
dude, you have allergies. That's hard.
Yeah.
That's hard to actually live with. But
These
how-
social distance.
How do you live with yourself
Hey.
dude, with all this allergy stuff?
Anyways.
It's bad. There's so
Anyways,
much pollen
I'm gonna tell you
everywhere.
something. The Democrats want to do.
Mm.
The
Oh, yeah.
Dems, let's hear that
The
damn
Dems.
plan.
They wanna do hazard pay for all essential workers.
Stupid.
25,000.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
On top of your,
Like 25,000 retro parade. Since the crisis
let me
happened.
tell you something.
All the way to the end of the year, an additional that's gonna be like an addition of like $14 an hour or some shit like that onto your regular base pay.
You're gonna die. Somebody's gonna die. Like
$25,000.
somebody that you know is
Can
gonna
I-
die. Somebody that I know is gonna die. Most likely.
Probably not.
Are you ready? Are you ready
Yeah.
to?
Fuck yeah,
Probably
dude. Like
not.
I know a lot of nurses that are working. Like I don't know. There's just so many people out there that are like not in the best health
Maybe
and
like
not in the
your
best
clients-
shape.
Your clients might die, but I
No,
don't think anybody
dude.
relatively. I generally believe this. You know
Have
why?
you seen the fat nurses I work with?
But when I say let me finish. Stop.
Yeah.
But when I say essential workers, I mean essential workers, not just healthcare workers, truckers, grocery
Ah,
people,
trees all around.
everybody,
It's like,
everybody
yeah.
that's still working gets a bonus $25,000.
And
Can we all say inflation?
yeah.
Yeah, well, that's a major worry, man. You're pumping all this money into the fucking government.
Are they borrowing it? Are they printing it out? Are they? What are
They're
they
probably
doing?
printing it.
They're just printing it.
They're probably printing it.
That's
Printing it.
that's hard.
But who knows? A lot of people say printing it, but who knows how much money the government is actually sitting on? Maybe this is
They just redistribute.
Yeah, maybe they took that money that they were going to put in military and they decided, you know what, today you guys have enough funds, you guys have enough munitions. I don't think we're going to go to war with any country right now.
Like
Let's
you
just take
can't
that
kill the
money.
virus with a fucking.
Let's just
bullet.
take that money and put it into the public sector.
Well-
so maybe it wouldn't be inflation, but it kind of will because there's so much money
Just being
in
dumped.
the residents.
Just being dumped. Yeah. Nobody's working for it.
It's a weird thing. It's a weird
You know
thing.
what? I worry about the people that aren't working because it's a psychological damaging.
All this fucking
situation.
domestic violence going up. Everybody's beating the shit out of people.
So, yeah, like the stress levels in the stores. There's so much tension. You can just feel it. Like, I went to pick up some takeout.
Everything's on edge. Everybody's
and
on
I
edge.
was on edge because the cashier didn't have my order,
Uh-huh.
and I'm arguing with her like, "No, I
Bitch.
ordered it. It should be there. Can you check? Check again?" And like, and she's like, you know, just giving me her eye condition problems,
Oh no.
and I'm like, no. I'm gonna pull this up on my end. I have my receipt emailed to me, and I check it out, and she just goes like this, smirk. This is out in location. It's like the wrong location. I'm on Speedway, and she's like, this is across town, 30 minutes away. That's it. And that was it. That was the end of it. And I felt like such a
Look at
jackass.
Chewy, look like a faggot with that long hair.
I'm sorry, what? I couldn't hear you.
Chewy has
It's so weird.
better
Chewy.
hair than me.
That's
And
right,
it's
doggy.
really fucking sad. I get so jealous when I see Chewy flaunting
That's
his...
right, doggy. Oh, wait, hold up. You guys haven't even fucking seen.
Oh, no.
Oh, we
Chewy.
gotta... Dude, have you
No,
seen...
Dog, doggy.
Chewito.
Yes or no?
Ah,
Yes or
no.
no? That's
No,
a yes.
that's
That
a
means
big
a hard
no.
yes.
That means Martina's about to fuck you right now.
Fuck, man.
What? Is this difficult for you?
He got a little horny, that's why.
I know.
It's like,
what-
no!
No,
Stop!
stop! Chewy, stop! Not now. Not in front of your sister.
There's this gay actor that plays in a Netflix.
New Life.
New Life.
New
Another
Life.
Life.
Another Life?
Another Life.
Another Life. On Netflix.
On Netflix, right?
Yeah.
And he's a medic. And he's gay. Gay as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not a medic. He's a fucking doctor.
He's a doctor. And he does his hair just
He
like
has
that.
your hair.
Yeah?
Just
like
like
that.
Is it sexy?
Like that. He
Super
has
sexy.
he has
Martine
an
was
outline.
like, ooh, if he wasn't
Damn, he
gay.
copied me, huh?
But
Yeah,
he was gay, bro. He had the hairstyle.
But-
And
That's all he
not
copied.
only the
Gay people
hairstyle,
copy good. They don't invent it. They copy and adapt the good styles and shit.
dude, everybody's gonna be gay as shit in like 10 years. They're all gonna be
Not me.
all,
Not me.
I don't know, maybe like 30 years.
I'll be one bigoted motherfucker.
I know. So,
Why aren't you wearing the ass cutout pants, Grandpa, that I bought for you?
Say no
That's
fucking
a-
faggot.
Yup,
No,
yup.
no,
Like
faggot.
Grandpa, every kid's wearing the cutout ass pants. It looks. It's
swear to God, they're a thing. Did I show you the videos
No,
of,
but I know
of the
that's a
shuffle
thing.
dancer? There's this shuffle dancer
I ain't wearing no cutout
in LA,
ass pants.
and she, all her like fame and glory came from her ass. I
It's probably a
swear.
tranny.
She looked like it.
She
a
probably
little
has
bit.
an man ass. She's been working on man
No,
ass
she just
forever.
looks. Yeah, she looks like she works
Waxes
out.
it real nice.
She works out, and like,
Photo
but
chops it a little bit.
maybe.
Yeah.
But she wears that like literally jeans with like literally like the biggest hole, just for
Wait.
your ass,
Do you mean literally?
literally, like literally.
Like,
But yeah, that's the thing, and I'm so jealous. I'm like, damn it!
Oh no.
If only I
Well-
had scissors and a ugly pair of jeans, I would be just like her.
But Tim was talking about people being on edge.
Oh, yeah.
People being like fucking sketchy right now, man.
Dude,
you
yeah.
feel it? Do you feel it when you go out in public? People being on edge?
I'm on edge.
Sometimes
I'm
shit,
fucking on
I
edge.
feel it.
Like the tension, man. The
Yeah.
tension's in the air, and
I
anybody
do
could
feel
just fucking snap, bro.
That's
People
why I
could
carried,
just snap.
dude, I carried my gun for the first time out
Uh-huh.
in public. Like,
I feel like I need one,
Conceal-
but
conceal
maybe
carry?
not because that poor girl at the register would have been like,
Bitch, I said,
I said
where's my
ordered
fucking
my
burger,
food."
bitch? I'm fucking around. You
Yeah.
shouldn't be scared of this
I was
corona.
mad. I was mad.
Be
I was
scared
like,
of this fucking bullet.
I have my receipt here. You're telling me I didn't order here? She's all like smirky, like, it's at another location. You have to drive 30 minutes away.
Make it happen.
Like,
Make it happen.
her?
Yeah.
Yeah, she
Be
should
like-
have. She
make it
didn't
happen.
try. She didn't try at all. She was just hating her life. Like, fuck. I'm gonna get that Rona.
did you already pay for them over the phone?
Yeah, no. I didn't
Oh,
order
did you?
over the phone. I did this all like online. I had
Did
email
you pay it all
confirmation.
online?
Yeah, it was all paid for.
Oh, that's
So I showed up and I'm waiting for yours because yours was gonna take like an extra 5 minutes. So I waited in the car like, and then thinking, back. I'm like, why didn't I just walk in there like immediately?
Start sneezing on people. I told my fucking hamburger ass bitches. I tell you.
I'm not leaving with my hamburger.
Start coughing on people. Hey, you know that's a terrorist act, bro?
Is it?
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh, bio warfare?
I've seen so many videos of like people like sneezing and spitting at people like on purpose.
Yeah.
Like, cause they're at Walmart. I saw this one specific lady that was like, like on
Fucking
to the
bitches.
register, to the cashier, like talking shit about some price. And that's
You
what
saw
I mean.
a video or
A video.
Oh.
This was a video, and she was like spitting at the Walmart workers and coughing on them, and
I'll kill you, bitch, with my corona.
the weapon. It's weaponized.
I dub
It's
it.
weaponized.
I dub it the Roni. I got that Roni.
I was listening to a
Why not
podcast.
La Rona?
Oh, Roni.
It sounds like
I got that
Lechona.
Roni.
I wanna make like I'm sure it's already been made though.
Some Roni t-shirts.
Lechona, but like La Rona.
Some Roni t-shirts.
I'm sure there's.
Y esta va. A ver,
Fucking,
va y
I was-
Lechona. No?
I was
You guys don't hear it? Like,
I've heard
no.
it, but I was listening to a podcast and they were talking about all the Halloween costumes.
Mm-hmm.
All the Corona Bat's gonna be out there. They were saying that the Corona Bat, has replaced the AIDS monkey.
Oh.
It has, bro. If you think about it, you think about an animal that causes a disease, AIDS monkey.
Yeah.
And then now the
You
Corona
fucked the
Bat.
monkey. You got AIDS. And shit.
Yeah, now there's a Corona Bat out there.
I've never seen an AIDS monkey on Halloween. Like,
Because people aren't creative. They should have made an AIDS monkey, or maybe it's a little too racist.
it's super racist.
Well, it's a little
You
too
can't
racist.
even associate
I tried calling my
like AIDS and monkeys. You think Africa like immediately.
I didn't mean it like
That
that.
was just you.
I didn't mean it like that.
Motherfuckers.
Yeah, racist right now.
I know.
This is
That's her
not
dark.
fair.
Yeah,
That's her dark.
I don't know about
What are
you.
you talking about?
I don't even see color, but
What? You don't see color?
no, that's what I told the cop when I ran that red light.
I fucking I was talking about this CNA. I was talking to Marcos about her, and I'm like, which one is that one? Is that one the Mexican one? And Marco's like, nah, bro, she's not Mexican. I'm like, bro, I know she is Mexican. Like, nah, she's black. I'm like, she's black? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, that's right. She's not Mexican. She's black. She's dark. She's African black.
Yeah.
And he starts laughing like, ha ha ha. You see, you don't see color. You truly don't see color because you didn't know what she was. She's
Yeah.
clearly black. And I was calling her Mexican.
Do you feel like you?
I was getting the wrong person confused. I thought there was another Mexican person. But it
Oh,
was
so
What
black.
are
in
we-
fact
what
you
are
are
we-
colors because you kind of mix two colored people.
And turning black. Oh.
Interesting.
What are we doing, Churrito?
I'm gonna look up some fucking crazy videos, like
Crazy video.
just one crazy video.
One crazy video.
But anyways,
Fuck.
so what do you do
What do
as
I
a job?
Everybody knows what I do for a job. If you want to know, go to an old podcast. Fucking listen to them. You'll find everything
That's
about
true.
us. You
That's
sons
a-
of bitches.
That's true.
we
Too much
everything.
got a lot. We got a lot of podcasts.
incriminating videos,
Yeah.
but we don't have any videos. So
We
they
got no
can-
videos. They
A lot of
got
sound
videos
effects.
us.
We can say a lot of stupid shit, but
Yeah.
no video.
Dude, how long is this fucking
I have
leak?
no
That
idea,
leak
man.
was crazy. Did you see the?
So, anyways,
But yeah, man.
at your work, there's a corona patient.
Oh yeah, that's the one.
At my work, there's one.
Mhm.
How about you?
Everybody's gonna corona.
No.
That
Hey,
you know.
Chewy.
You don't know. That's a
I was
think
thinking
that's
about
scarier.
all this shit that you were talking about them limiting the time that you could drive and shit.
Yeah.
And I've been noticing more and more
Truckers.
truckers accidents on the news.
Yeah.
Yo, yeah, man.
They
Oh, they're
the trucker road law that they took away
uh-huh.
because you can drive as long as you want if you're an driving essential shit.
Uh-huh. So I've been noticing a lot of semi
Semi.
What are you doing, Chulito?
Alright.
Check this shit out, doggy.
No.
Why?
No! Mental Mondays. Oh no!
What the fuck is that?
I think that's a guy.
Nah, that looks like a chick.
Really?
Yeah.
That was like skeleton.
Oh man, what are you making us watch, man?
Horn. She was getting you all horny so you can rape you.
Wait, did
Ow!
it just shoot him in the nuts?
Oh my god. What? No.
She got a firework on her fucking ass.
Oh my god. How does it? Oh yeah. That's Betsy on the Tuesday.
Oh shit, she got knocked out?
She did. Look.
What
I'm
are these
in
people?
front.
Some Indians. Dirty Indians.
Oh no!
Ew.
Jealous. I got a great set.
Damn.
Ew.
Oh damn! It's getting violent with these bitches.
That was a Jew
But
It
versus
probably
a
was.
black versus a black.
versus a black
Look
person.
at that guy just walking around ass naked, not giving a fuck. I hope he flicks off the people.
This is how I want to see men. This is. I want to know who I'm dealing with.
What do you say?
Fucking hell, man! What the fuck?
Where are they?
Fucking hell!
Dude, funny
Do you
shit.
know where that's from?
Huh?
Do you know where this is from? That background sound.
No.
You don't know.
Oh yeah, the X Files.
The X-Files.
Look me in the eyes. Look me in the eyes. Now bite your nose off, sir. Hoot die. I say hoot. Hoot. I say hoot.
German
Die.
motherfucker, huh?
Hoot. Yeah.
What the fuck? Is he a Nazi? Is he trying to be a Nazi?
A German.
Run.
He's a German.
Crazy talk.
I want a
Oh my god, come on.
for my roll. I want it hot.
Oh,
I
man.
want it
Oh, no!
Oh,
No,
God.
Chuyito. What are you doing?
You like that?
What?
I don't know
No,
what happened.
I
there.
didn't like it, but
I don't know what happened there, Chewy.
that was disturbing.
That was it.
To say the least. Her butt was red.
Man, that was I don't know what the fuck you just
I
made
see a lot
us
of
watch.
ass, but
I don't know what the fuck you just made us watch, Chewy.
I don't know. I
Just
just wanted to.
wanted to-
I said,
I
look, you know
highly
what?
inappropriate.
We had a video, TV set, and I said, fuck it. I want to watch something.
there you go.
I didn't want to watch something boring.
I don't know
That
what
was
the
it.
fuck. I don't know what the fuck
This
you
is what
just
Trey
made us
watches
watch.
before bedtime.
No,
Hey, this is what he jacks off to before he
Oh
goes to
my
sleep.
god.
It's
Okay,
like,
have you,
yeah, oh
have
man.
you seen? Have you? Honestly, I'd be okay with men being naked. Like I like the idea of men just being naked. You know
Walking
why?
around ass naked.
Yeah,
they
like
look ugly as fuck.
yeah, no way. Just like women when they wear skin tight stuff, ugly as fuck.
When they're fat.
Yeah, anybody does. Anybody. Like you could be supermodel and wear like nothing, and there's still gonna be some imperfections. Like clothing hides a lot of shit.
It does.
man. A lot of shit. And men just get really, really comfortable in thinking that they're never gonna be in that situation where their stomach's exposed.
I'm gonna tell you something right
they're-
now, real funny.
What?
So one of the few times, so when I first started dating Daniela, she thought I had a six pack.
You mean Daniel?
She thought you had a six pack.
Yeah. And so I lifted up my shirt one day.
And she was like, you
They
fat
should
as
just
fuck.
laugh.
And she was fat as fuck.
Oh,
And she thought
man.
I was
so
expecting
soft.
I was expecting a six pack.
Oh,
You had a dad bod in your
Oh,
early
yeah.
20s.
You're a fucking dad. You're a dad, though.
I know, that's what I told her. So
Dad
yeah,
bod counts.
She was expecting a six pack.
she was expecting a six pack. And I'm like, have
Does
you
she have a
not
six-pack?
seen me? She kind of does. It's great. Well, like I'm like, dude, she has abs.
Wait till the baby.
Wait till the baby.
Till the fucking baby comes out. Nah, she'll probably bounce right back. She's so young.
I know.
Like, there's no way. Like,
And on top of that, there's no way because I'm shaming her. I'm like, you better not get fat or I'll
You're shaming her?
I'm shaming her.
I was shamed.
I asked her, I'm like, oh,
And that only
is
lasted
your dad
about a
fat? She's
decade,
like, nope.
right?
Is your mom fat? Nope. And her mom had a bunch of kids. So it's not in her genes.
But did her mom do crack?
Damn.
It's a real question. I don't know. I don't know these people.
No. It doesn't run in her
But I'm not
family.
gonna ask about math because
That's a whole different
that's
touchy
a whole
subject.
other race.
Dude, there's a video out there of a guy talking about his first experience with crack cocaine.
Yeah, what was it?
Black
What was it called?
Yeah, put it on YouTube.
How about you just
On YouTube?
you talk about it?
Here, let me. Yeah, you can do it.
Okay, but anyways, there's this guy. He's like this fucking African American dude,
Yeah.
and he's like educated, man, smart dude, man. And he talks about his experiences with crack cocaine and how
How do you know it's not fake experiences?
Oh,
No.
let's just watch it. Give it
no,
the benefit of the doubt. 'Cause
and talks about this crack cocaine in a way like
it's on Netflix.
oh shit, man, I'm not in my right set.
We're
man.
about
These
to watch
alcohol-
Tiger King.
I know, right?
Tiger. I had a dream about.
That did do math.
Oh yeah, they
For-
said it.
yeah.
Yeah, they say it.
Let me
But-
tell you something real quick.
Yeah.
You're
Meth
not
is
gonna
the
watch
best thing
Tiger-
you'll ever have. I probably won't watch it. Maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
Up upon a time when it dies
Yeah.
out.
The main thing.
It's
It's not
better
even the
to.
main
It's,
thing.
this is why I don't get into shit because like, I hear about it when it's already hyped up,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna get into Game of Thrones or blah de blah. I don't know what else was super
That's it.
hyped
You
up.
are one horrible intern. You haven't touched the remote one time.
You know what? And that's true. I was gonna get beers, like you know how interns get you coffee, and be like, and
Walking
then
around
you
like
could
this.
just smack a beer and be like, That is not what I ordered.
That would be cool.
Some Pedro
If
shit.
Betsy just brought it to us like that, we just smack it out of her hand.
You can. I'm
Off
the
of a
intern.
tray?
I'm the intern. Yeah, I'll bring a platter, a silver platter.
No, I'm just kidding, Betsy. You're just intern by name only.
What are you
No.
talking about? I interned so hard. One day I'll be legit. But yeah, it's more of a feeling where you feel like you're the intern.
I just smoke crack.
You just feel it.
I feel it. That's me.
C-R-A.
It's also very stress free.
You got that Roni. You got that Roni.
Ginger?
This guy.
Ready?
Ron Williams, a crack user, called me years ago.
I just like it already.
Interview him.
The reason I called you was
NASA?
I felt that the story of crack had to be told in such a way that
There's no way there's not
people
here.
would see its effect, its devastating effects on the young people of our communities.
Dude is wearing a NASA shirt. The person that showed me this thing was like he was an astronaut. I'm like, just because he's wearing a NASA shirt does not make this guy an astronaut. He's like, dude, but why is he wearing it? I'm like, bro, he's not an astronaut. Let me just
I'm
tell
an
you that
astronaut. I
right
have an
now.
astronaut shirt.
It's so ridiculous. But
Who told you that?
This
one of
is
my coworkers.
this
also,
is old, right?
also not
This is old.
African-American.
Martin, this is
But
old.
this is old as fuck.
This is crazy because he's wearing that like a sports whatever like fashion, right?
Oh, high fashion.
High fashion.
Yeah, and it's in.
It's still in.
Black people know how to do it. Look at his
They
glasses.
know how to do
Look
it.
at his
And
glasses.
yeah, like
Those are fashionable glasses.
and
You know what the funny thing about this? They had to add crack user.
wait. Quotations. Quotations.
If you ever wants to get a job, Google type, oh shit, crack user.
Have you ever done illicit drugs?
Alright,
No.
let's play.
Explain this video.
My own personal experience with crack has been one of, how could I say, complete madness. My first 9 months in using crack, I spent over $50,000, which
First 9 months, spent $50,000 on crack, bro.
Is
First
crack
9 months.
expensive?
Oh no, it's not expensive, but people want to use it all the time.
So it
People
gets
want to use it
expensive.
all the time.
It's like beer. Beer is technically not that
Say that
expensive.
again, please. My first 9 months of involvement with crack, I spent over $50,000.
$50,000.
$50,000.
Where did you get this kind of money from?
Well, some of it was money that I had saved up. I was currently working as an engineer for a communications firm, earning $35,000 a year. I would spend my entire paycheck in one night on crack. So after my pay was gone, I would go to the bank and I started to deplete my savings.
Who turned you on to crack?
An old girlfriend of mine.
What a dirty fucking bitch. What a dirty bitch.
What a pussy.
What an idiot.
What
Yeah.
a pussy.
Oh, 100%.
What a pussy. Why can't he just be like, no,
The
fuck?
pussy turned me on to drugs. Yes. I admit it. I
Yeah,
got pussy whooped.
Hey,
Not
35,000.
even that. Not even
Well,
that.
this is back in the day.
Yeah, 35,000 was a lot.
I'm
back in the
thinking.
day.
I'm
It's still a lot
thinking.
right now.
Yeah, it still is. It
Yeah,
still
a
is.
lot of people making a lot less.
That's what probably equates to like 55.
Some people, a lot of people make less than 20,000. Less than 20,000, bro.
20,000 a
In
year.
a whole year, man. Teens. They're in their teens.
Well, like I said earlier, my sister made 11,000
1 year. That's ridiculous. What are you going to do with $11,000? Can't.
She didn't have a car payment, a house payment.
Well, she
And
did
she
have
did-
rent.
She did have rent, but she wasn't paying that.
She wasn't.
Yeah,
paying
but rent
much.
was like nothing compared to everywhere else in the city. Like it was what, like 200 maybe. So I can literally see that because I've lived
Now,
on
maybe that was a good year for her.
maybe, but
Maybe she made a lot less, a lot of years.
yeah, like the way that you survive
Corona.
is by community and
Corona.
like family. You have to have strong like community, like a network of people. Now, like right now, when everybody can't even say hi to each other because Corona, or go over and have a meal with them, that's the scary part. Like that's the sad part that is so different than just being poor. Yeah, we were so poor, and like, but there was always a community. You know, like if you want to survive, you go to people and you network and But now you can't even have that.
Well, now
You can't.
you should rely on your community, like your church, your neighbors. But
Well, you can't.
now people are much more relying on the government.
I don't think that's the case.
I don't think people rely on the government.
I don't think that's the cause of people not relying on each other and not communicating with each other. I think fear is the biggest cause.
Yeah.
Fear, you're being told all the time, hey man, people are out to get you, people are bad, people are trying to fuck you over, that you start distrusting the people around you.
Yeah.
To the point that you don't even.
And it becomes so toxic that, like, somebody's political views can just turn you off from even talking
That
to
is
them.
weird too. If you think about it, the political viewpoint. Somebody
It
comes out, you're
began a
Republican.
long time. It
But-
became, like,
But
what,
back then
before.
nobody knew. Back then nobody
No,
knew.
well, not us, because we were
Oh,
a
I
new
was
generation. But, like, I remember in church,
Now everybody knows.
there was, like, oh, Clinton, like, and like there was just like propaganda towards one or the other. But that's like now
What
it's
you
so it's so PG.
Talking about
the
divisive
churches that
people.
actually
Yeah.
We're still talking about divisive people. What would it took? What would it take for the Republican Party and the Republican supporters to turn their back on Trump?
Oh,
What would it take? What would Trump
Wait, what
have
do
to
you mean?
do?
if he became pro-abortion.
If he became pro-abortion, all of a sudden he was like, you know what? I don't see what's the big deal.
Well, no. If he's just like
I
whatever.
think that's enough to.
Well, if he's passive about it, which he is already kind of, because he's like, look, it's already been settled. I'm not thinking about changing it. But he does talk about, like, he denounces it. He says he attends pro-life, this big pro-life march,
right.
and he gives a speech there. So these are his values, the Republican values, and he adopted them. If he started spouting very liberal agendas, it's game over for him. Like, no, fuck you. What's
Yeah.
next? What's next? What are you gonna say?
Legalize marijuana.
Ban guns. That's another thing.
Oh, if he bans guns.
If he starts saying like, you don't need a gun. We're gonna take over. Give us all the
Yeah,
guns. And we're like,
no.
no. You need to back the fuck up. People
I
will
think-
easily
I
tell
think-
him.
I think a lot of why Trump has a lot of like religious people on is because we have the free. People still have the freedom
'Cause it aligns
to go
more
get
with-
their
What do you
guns
think about this?
and
What-
defend
Talk
their
about-
rights against.
The tyrannical government.
There you go.
Okay.
And because in the Bible it says there's going to be a man with all the answers who's going to promise everything, and that sounds like fucking socialism to me. Like there's going to be a man, a human being,
Pretty much saying that the
promising
government is already going to
all
solve
the
all your
answers,
problems.
all your problems. All they're gonna ask of you is to fucking give up your
Your
self,
rights.
all-
Your rights.
your
Give
soul.
give up your freedom for security,
Why?
which one should
Why
never.
would that even be in question? And I think that's the main thing. Like, yeah, okay, maybe like we can fudge a little here and there, but when you start going into life and death of an unborn child, and those
Gun
are
rights,
topics that
property
are
rights.
gun rights, yeah.
Even property rights, because technically
Yeah.
a socialist would say, well, there's a house over there, an empty vacated house. Why can't we just put homeless people in there?
Right.
Well, that house needs
So
to be
this
maintained.
is actually a
That
thing
house
that's
has
happening.
property
Like
taxes.
a lot of people think that solving homelessness issues in California is by just giving them a
Yeah.
home, giving them a home, no matter what it costs to the government, what it costs to the working people, how much we're gonna be taxed to house people. If you house somebody, that doesn't cure their illnesses, schizophrenia, their behavioral problems at all.
Mhm.
We are so advanced that it's so shameful to see how many people are struggling with like schizophrenia and like all these horrible things, right? But they're there as pawns. These schizophrenic people, I truly believe there's a cure for that. There's a treatment for it, and there's a rehabilitation. If you can rehab crack cocaine people, why can't you rehab?
You know what the treatment for people that have mental illness to the extreme?
Do you know the treatment?
I do.
What is it, Martin?
The treatment is putting them away.
Killing people?
No, just like in nursing homes, but have people in psych places.
No. No.
It-
No.
that's a
That's what the
treatment.
government wants you to think.
That's a treatment.
That we have to pay for people to live in a horrible condition
No, no,
where
no.
Let's just
Not-
say,
not like that.
remember that story that you told me about a patient that is like owned or has custody over this adult person in a facility,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And what is his day-to-day like functions? Martin tells me stories about this grown man who has no rights, no mental capacity, and he is in just a facility where people get paid for his body for being there, and he is neglected.
I don't know if he's
So,
neglected. I wouldn't say
He-
Let's hear this.
Say the
his-
story that about
Well, let's
this
hear-
person.
Let's hear about what.
So this guy's mother was insane, religious fanatic, but on top of that, she was legit crazy.
Oh, maybe she was just crazy and got.
Well, she would neglect this guy. She was taking care of him.
Mhm.
It was her son, and she was neglecting him. The guy came all skinny. She kept on like denying medication that he needed and all this shit, man. The guy was in real bad shape. He was to the point that he was gonna die. And he got to us, and she kept on acting crazy, blowing up on the staff, fucking saying that we're killing him and all this shit, man. And she wanted to take him, and which is fine if she was okay, but she wasn't okay. So they ended up taking him to the court, and she lost all custody rights for her son. And talking to her son's like in his 40s or late 30s or 40s, and but he's all he does is lay in bed. He's blind, he's deaf, and he's mute. All he does is lay in bed.
So he's like a Helen Keller.
He's fucked. He just lays in bed and touches his face, scratches his ass, likes digging his asshole. The other day I found him, and it looked like he shat in his hand. And
No,
rubbed
tell
it.
the story the right way. What? How did you find out?
Okay, so I come inside, and one of my coworkers goes, hey man, go check out this patient over here. So I'm like, what's wrong? I'm like, yoga sleep. So I go and check him out, and he is covered in shit, just all kinds of shit. Shit on his face, shit in his mouth. He grabbed the shit, and he likes to play with his own shit. So this time, usually he has it all over his hands, but this time he got it up to his face. He got a nice sized shit and had it. He looked like he had a beard of shit, bro, on his face, and he had it in his mouth, and he was just chewing on it, bro, just eating it. And I almost vomited, man. I went in there, I saw him, and I puked. I almost puked.
So, would you say this person has dignity, quality of life in this facility?
Well,
in any facility?
No one put shit in his hand and made him rub his face with shit.
Now, before they told you, do you think somebody could have told the appropriate person and not made him laughing matter or like
We got it cleaned
a
up.
subject?
We got him cleaned up.
You
within-
didn't.
We got him cleaned up.
You
within
didn't.
minutes. I didn't clean him up.
The person that told you didn't.
He
You guys just laughed about it, communicated it to everybody, made sure it was your amusement. This wasn't even a person at this point that you could be like,
Well, he was gonna be okay, right?
He wasn't dying.
Yeah.
he's not
He
dying.
needed to get cleaned up for sure.
But this is no quality of life.
But I'm not cleaning him up.
If you're alive and you're shitting yourself and you're putting shit on your face and eating it, I'm pulling the plug. And you fucking do that to me because that is not quality of life. That's not dignity.
There's no putting the plug
There
on
is
that guy.
no. Yes, there is.
There's no
Yes,
putting the
there
plug on
is.
that guy.
It's called palliative care. It's saying this person is failing to thrive. He is not gonna get better.
What do you do?
Palliative care.
How do you make him die?
You don't make him die. You don't.
There's no
Does
phone to
somebody
plug.
sit there and force feed him? Does he have a tube?
He has a tooth.
He is not supposed to be here like
So
this.
take the tube away.
Martine, seriously. This
Take the
is
tube
not
away?
a quality of life. Take the tube away.
Take the tube feed away.
There's so many things.
I'm
that are-
asking you how does this work? Do you take
No,
it-
he can keep the tube.
So
Keep
how does he
feeding
die?
him, his routine
How does
stuff.
he die? He's in his late 30s. How is he gonna die anytime soon?
I don't know, Martine.
No, he's
there are
not.
so many medications that he's probably getting and he probably shouldn't be getting. Why?
He gets seizures. Take away
He
the seizure
shouldn't be
medication.
here. Yes. There's so many patients that are in palliative care and they get their meds taken and they die. That's because
the
they
mom on
are
the list?
there
I
in
don't
their
know. The mom
head
has no custody.
to choose, hey, I don't want to be alive.
The thing is that he's not sick. He's not even close
He
to
can't
death.
even, but he can't, but if he had the mental capacity to choose, he probably wouldn't be saying, I want to live and like shit and put shit on my face and eat it.
Hey, when you
So
look
that
at people,
everybody can laugh.
when you look at people that are like that, where they rub shit, like just that for that scenario, do you think like, damn, like do you ever reflect on your life, like saying,
I don't want to get to that point.
well, no, you're just like you're not, you know, you're like, holy shit, this is almost a miracle that way the way we were able to function, and the fact that like,
I
we take
believe
for
that-
granted for like every little thing that we're available, like to do, breathe, see, hear, talk, shit that's like.
We take for granted that because we are ingrained
Well,
with
because
the,
we hide
with
away
the
all the
feeling. No. I feel like we take that for granted because all the animals do it. Everybody, the plants do it. Everything that's alive and has life does
Tribes.
that. But
The second they don't
what
start
they
thriving,
don't do, what
is
they
keep
don't
their sick
do
alive.
is create like we do. Like they don't like create homes and shelters and like we do. Like we do to the extent that we take over other things and species and we can manipulate plants and
Because every time I think
everything that's living.
every time
we
I
can,
think about like disabled people, I'm like, damn,
Viruses.
that makes me actually believe in God more because I'm like, just how little God has to like. It's like a miracle the fact that we can work this way.
right?
And
It
it's
is
just
a
like,
miracle.
if we were all perfect and we're all superhuman, we would think we were God. You know what I mean? But we're like mortal.
I'm
I
not
had
saying.
I had a joke about those people and God.
You know,
I just
so-
don't
miracle
understand why like people are so pro like, oh, let's keep like you can't go to hospice, you can't go and like, just stop doing the maximum care for somebody because let's say somebody's like, no, God's gonna save me, and I don't need to take all these pills or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's loony talk, right? But then when you say like, you know what, I'm gonna take a child's life because God can't save that, or it's just like it just doesn't make it's like all reversed.
Okay, that's me.
What?
Okay, we understand.
Do you?
Can I say my retarded God joke?
Yes. Go, say your retarded joke.
So I had this joke about like why does God make so many like people with like physical problems and mental problems, disabilities and shit? And I'm like, man, for all I was like, why would a God ever do that? Well, God didn't want to take that person's life, and maybe that person was to grow up to be a fucking mass shooter. Maybe that person would grow up to be the next fucking Hitler. Maybe that person was evil as fucking God was like, you still deserve to live, but let's handicap you a little bit. Bam! He ain't murdering all those people.
So he nerfed you.
Yeah, he nerfed your ass just because you were gonna become something crazy.
That's
That
why
could be
that's
it.
why he lit that firework in my hand.
Yeah, because if you
You're
maybe
the
if
other-
you had those hands, man, maybe you would have used that
For
trigger
evil.
finger.
For fucking trigger.
Oh yeah.
Well, I still use it for guns, so it has to be something real specific. Where
Yeah.
I invent something technology
I was gonna destroy the world.
that's gonna destroy the world.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe
It could
you
be.
don't fucking
Maybe.
know. You don't know
Maybe
where.
that's why God gave you dyslexia.
Maybe.
Because
do.
if you would
Yeah,
talk
you do.
to people, and then you would spread all your stupid ideas.
Maybe.
If you were only put it in a blog, but now you got a podcast.
Oh
God did
no!
not intend for the podcast
Wait,
industry.
God would be here to shut them up. So
Hmm.
I don't know.
But no,
I don't know.
it's
It's a little tricky, but I don't think that
for this
there's
guy-
no cure for schizophrenia and behavioral
Yeah.
problems. I think there is, and I think that they're using people as pawns,
who knows? I
as
just-
like homeless people and
I've
people
seen,
with
I've
issues.
seen a lot of people with a lot of issues, and it doesn't matter what you're going to do for these people. Doesn't matter how much you try to help these people. They're never going to be able to maintain
You don't know that?
themselves.
You don't know that?
They're never going to be
You
able to
don't know
maintain
that.
themselves.
You can't say never, Martin.
What-
We're
what do you-
super evolved people.
But,
We go to other planets.
Like that
we
guy.
go to the moon. We look at
Yeah.
vaccines.
Smart
we
people do
cure.
that.
Yes,
People
but
that
they're smart people.
people that have severe fucking schizophrenia ain't doing that. People that have severe
Yeah, and the
dementia.
people with cancer aren't curing cancer. That's what you're saying. Like the people that have severe like mental illnesses aren't curing themselves. I'm saying that there's other people and other technologies that could be used to solve this problem. Like, we're not stupid.
I mean, they solved polio.
Yeah, and
So-
and there's so many other diseases and problems that they solve.
What do you
But
think
for
we're-
some
what do you think we're
reason-
gonna be at in 100 years?
For some
No.
reason,
We're all gonna have autism.
Autism.
We're all gonna have autism. Yeah.
we're all gonna be
Shit.
triggered.
We're
It's-
dude, 100 years from now, not even. Let's just say 50 years from now. How old are you gonna be?
50 years, I'll be fucking 80.
I'll be like 70. No, yeah, 70.
Don't be ridiculous.
Fuck, I'm retarded, bro.
Don't be ridiculous. How old are you right now?
74. I'll be 74.
There you go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
You'll be
yeah.
80, I'll be 79.
So you had a lot more time to think about it.
What are you talking about?
You have 80, right? Right?
What are you
Right?
like,
79.
no, I'm still thinking about.
All she did was
our
subtract one
homeless
from you.
people.
I'm 1 year younger than him, so something
So, let me
Yeah,
see.
why are you guys working so hard? Like, it's just it's simple math. -1. Yes. And
79, huh?
what about your? So when I'm 79 and we look back at
50
this,
years
because you're not
from
gonna
now.
delete this, right?
No, fuck no.
Because I'm gonna have dementia
Hell no.
for sure. Martine,
We're gonna be
are you gonna have
laughing.
dementia?
We're gonna be in a
Alzheimer's?
rock-
I've already had schizophrenia.
You
You
probably
better-
will.
I don't want anyone with Parkinson's in the circle because that is
Is that a
my
mood killer?
mood killer, yeah,
Oh, no.
and my bad killer.
Every time she sees somebody with Parkinson's disease, she just goes up and kicks them
Oh.
right in the face.
What are they gonna do? Punch you?
Can't even stand.
Dude,
Those celebrities can't even
no,
stand.
they like. I have this guy that his
What are they gonna do,
jerk
fall on you?
reaction is boxing. Like that's
Yeah?
his jerk
Ooh.
like, and then
Does
he,
he,
and
does he have
then
a
his
swift
wife's
fucking
like
jab?
close, but
He
he's
rolls that
he's-
shoulder.
Shoulder roll? He's like, I learned it from Floyd Mayweather. I bet you that's his excuse for not going to jail for beating his wife up all the time.
Parkinson's.
I just got Parkinson's, sir.
Swear
She
to
just
God.
came up to me. Oh! I hit her in the face. Like,
Saving
give her
her-
that 1-2
Saving
Parkinson's
him all
shot.
that jail time.
Who had
Yes.
Parkinson's? Didn't Ali have Parkinson's?
Ali, Michael J. Fox.
Oh yeah, Michael J. Fox.
Really?
We
Yeah.
just watched all 3 of
No.
the Back to
No.
the Future movies.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I
I
only
don't
watched
watch
1
it.
and 2.
I had about watching for the
Oh, the
first
third
time.
one's shit-tastic.
The third one's on
Yeah.
Netflix.
What do you mean shit-tastic? Like it's so bad it's good? Or like it's so bad it's...
I think it's good.
I didn't like
The
it.
third one?
I think
I didn't
they're all
like.
good.
Honestly, I don't really like them.
The first one was
I
good.
don't
I like-
understand the second one as like. I think they lost me. Like the first one, I could get it.
Another-
That's fine. Yes, Dream Barrio.
Mario?
But at the same time, I'm not a. I didn't start watching movies till like I met you. Like
Yeah.
I had never seen that. Back to the Future.
The franchise.
Does that
What was
does that
like one
bother
of the-
you a little bit that I don't bring anything to the table? Like, hey, you haven't seen this.
No, because you want to show me the circle.
What
You
circle?
want to show me
Like
Love is
social.
Blind.
Okay, I'm a girl. So, Chewy,
Yeah.
do you realize that like we didn't watch movies till we were
We
like
didn't.
yeah
Until
till
we
we were, like,
got older.
till we were like adults.
Yeah.
And we had like
That's why...
free choice.
Yep. We didn't though. My mom never had like a movie night with us or nothing.
Never. And also we didn't
My
go to the
mom
theater.
wasn't there, so every night was movie
We
night.
didn't go to the theater and we didn't have cable and and honestly like we weren't very homebodies over there mentioned you
I got
over
one.
there. So damn, if that doesn't say alcoholic, I don't know what does. I've thought about it so many times. Should I just buy one of these? But I am afraid to be categorized as an alcoholic
Wait, is that
because
what?
of
Categorized?
categorized.
Categorized? I'm afraid to be categorized.
Am I slurring my words, officer? Yeah.
All I know is that
Hey, dude, when you go to Arkansas, can we make an Arkansas accent?
I don't even know. I don't even know how to do it.
I don't know. But today I went to buy some stuff from not stuff. That sounds horrible, huh? I went to buy chairs from somebody
Uh-huh.
that
I
had
can
an
spit it
accent.
out. You got it. You're almost
And
there.
freaking Annabelle was like laughing the whole time. I had my 10-year-old daughter was like in the car, in the truck, and she's just like laughing while I'm talking on the phone with this person because they had an accent. And Annabelle was like, "Mom,
What kind of accent?
like a southern accent. Like
Like
I've
how
heard it
you-
before. Yeah, like
Yeah.
it was just thick. And I was just like going, yeah, like okay, they have a different area code. They're
Mhm.
probably not from here. selling stuff. All right, I'll go pick it up. And I show up, and this dude looks super like from the woods. Like, it was ridiculous how from the woods he looked. Like, the whole like jeans, no teeth,
Damn.
side comb. Had his little son like helping load shit up in my truck.
It was stereotypical from the movies.
Yeah, like if you would say like yeah, it's super stereotypical, and the accent was just like hilarious to my kid because she never heard it. And
Really, that's funny.
but I was like,
Your kid's racist.
that's how we raised her, man,
Good job.
the right way.
Out of her.
Can't go wrong.
She's
But it made me think, like, how close-minded are we? Like, I want to move somewhere where there's accents and I can maybe like fake one and be like, eh.
well, my buddy Abraham.
But it would
he
be
moved to Texas
super cool. Like,
when he was like 18, right? He moved to
Okay.
Texas for a job when he was 18, and I knew him since he was before 18, right? And so he then like a few years later, I'm 24, he's 24 roughly, and he talks with an accent like he's from Texas, and it's because he started hanging out with a bunch of people that had accents.
he's
that are
a
in
social.
Texas.
Yeah.
So and then the thing is,
And
it's
it's
true
not
though.
bad.
If you start living with some people,
Yeah.
like I started realizing that when I started talking to some beaner ass Mexicans from
You
here,
know when
from
I
Mexico,
first noticed it?
I started doing it myself.
Me too.
Yeah,
Hey.
hey, take it
Hey,
to the
homie.
truck, and they fucking
And
understand
then
that
troque.
shit. Take it to the troque,
And then
y,
we go to the dompe.
y go to the dompe, y así lo vamos a hacer, y okay. I start
So
talking
you
like
know
with
who
a fucking
I
accent.
really,
hate
really
doing
like
that.
hated hearing myself, but I did it like automatically, and I still hate it. Like, like when Alonso, I would hear Alonso speak Spanish, but
Yeah.
that's the only like other Spanish besides my mom that I could hear,
Yeah.
and I just like picked it up so like comfortably. Like I'm like, oh yeah, somebody around my age, that's how you talk, and it sounded okay to me, and my brain just like repeated it.
What is it, shitty?
No, it's just I hated hearing myself sound like him or sound like someone else. But I also did pick up like Maria's way of speaking, and that annoyed me so much. And then, like everybody wants to be authentic, and
Nah, everybody
your
wants to
voice.
fit. I don't know if you're-
Everybody
No,
says that I was
no.
authentic when I spoke Spanish. I was very
Really?
unique at speaking in Spanish.
You're very unique. People
They're
told
like,
me that.
"Oh."
People told me that he was. They were like, "Is he Puerto Rican? What is he talking?"
Or is he autistic?
One of those races,
But,
man.
but no one ever said, "Oh, you talk like this person and you talk like that person." They're like, "I can't put my finger on it." And
Nobody
it's-
ever told me that. I talked to like someone else specifically, but they would say, "Hey, you talk like a valley girl," or "Hey, like you're not Mexican. Why are you talking like that?" And I'm like, "I'm fucking from Tijuana."
You know what's
Yeah.
funny is that I actually been told many times that I have a Mexican accent. Do you guys hear
Dude,
it?
me too. I
You
get
guys
told
hear
that
that
all the
shit? I
time.
don't- I
How
hear-
about
I-
the podcasters? Do they
Do you
hear?
guys hear a Mexican accent? Do you guys hear una Mexican accent?
una accent? How do you?
All I heard, in my head, I think I speak perfect
Hey,
English. Where
Should
I
we start
speak
like
an
podcasting
Anglo.
to Mexico? To Mexico?
Fuck no, fuck Mexicans.
What are
You
you
guys don't-
talking
well,
about?
Chico doesn't
We have no
enough
demographic.
Spanish.
I talk real good Spanish now.
So he doesn't.
I
I
talk better Spanish now than you.
practice my
You live
Spanish,
nowhere
man.
now.
I get my Mexican friends, and I'm like, "¿Qué onda, muchachas?"
I realized how to speak Spanish. You gotta yell. Hey, ¿qué onda? And you kind of like,
You speak it horribly, Chewy. You speak it so bad.
no.
Yes.
I used to speak it really bad.
No, you still speak it really bad.
No, I speak it really good.
Oh.
Oh, I do. People
I hear,
think
I hear you trying to communicate with your mom, bro, and I'm like, man, this guy's communicating all fucked
No,
up.
did you
Oh,
communicate
yeah.
all fucked up, bro?
Fuck no, man. I'm a bad motherfucker, bro.
Dude, I'm serious. You're like, you sound fucked up. Like you
No.
don't know Spanish or you're learning Spanish
no.
still.
Mm-mm.
Whereas I'm like, oh, this guy knows what he's the fuck is talking about.
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
Oh shit, this dude must have been raised.
We'll
in
ask Betsy
Mexico.
right now. We'll ask Betsy what happened. I'm sure Betsy's gonna agree with me that I'm a better Spanish.
Let's start talking Spanish right now, real
Oh
quick.
yeah, real quick.
Real quick.
About what, the corona.
A ver, para Ronnie.
¿Cuánta gente te ha morido de la corona?
Oh, ya se murieron casi millones.
No, como 80,000.
Pues,
Era como
millones,
80,000.
Pues sí, pues dicen los números que van a ser más que lo que son ahorita, pero la verdad, muchos no se murieron de la corona, muchos se murieron de como cáncer,
Como cáncer.
sí.
Oh, sí.
Pero ahí los ponen los doctores que era de la corona.
Did we just lose all our viewers because they're just
Did somebody just switch it to the Spanish?
the
No.
SPM?
What the
or
fuck is
that?
this? Yeah, there's a special button for all
SPM,
TVs.
right?
El chito.
SP.
Let's read. El churrito platica mejor español que yo.
Pero mira, yo sí aprendí cómo hablar español más fuerte que él.
No creo.
Sí,
Sí,
porque
sí,
tus
sí, sí.
papás hablaron español.
Pero ¿quién habla más mejor español? Yo y el Martín.
Pues el Martín habla como puertorriqueño.
Yo lo platico
No,
mucho
no,
mejor
no,
que tú.
no.
Lo platico mucho mejor que tú.
Nomás dice que hablas como un puertorriqueño porque no saben cómo hablar
What is that?
Nomás saben que ellos que no estabas hablando muy bien español.
No platica bien el churrito.
Sí, platico muy bien.
El Chuyito no habla inglés bien.
Y más peor tú.
No, en serio.
No,
Yo
ni-
hablo.
El Chuy ni puede comunicar con la mamá.
Sí, pues.
Ahí andan platicando y la Socorro como que... ay,
La
¿qué dice?
mamá.
¿Qué dice?
La mami.
No,
Sí.
que no, el Chuy. ay, ¿Quieres algo, Chuy? ¿Quieres que te lave los calzones?
Tu mamá dice, ok, ajá.
No, la mamá del Martín ni habla español.
No, ¿verdad?
No. Nomás la
No,
abuelita.
por eso yo sé que sí sabe más español que usted.
Que
Ah.
sí, Sao.
Sí sé. No le que sea, no importa el idioma bien muy bien, pero
Sí, Sao.
nomás
Can we
quería
switch
decir-
it back to English?
We'll switch it back
This
to
is
English.
uncomfortable for me.
We'll switch it
I
back
don't
to
know what to
English.
say.
Yeah, sorry guys.
Yo sí soy de
What we're
Tijuana.
just saying in the Spanish, just to recap, is just we're gonna deport all the fucking beaners.
Yes.
Build
We're
a
giving them a
wall.
warning, fair warning, 30 days, you know.
MAGA country.
Do you think it's more important now than ever to keep immigrants out of the country?
Yes.
Of course, more than ever.
More
Ever.
than ever?
Ever.
Keep those dirty, fat, eating
Dirty.
immigrants.
What the fuck
Fucking
are you gonna do with your dirty
Chinese.
linen? With your dirty shirt, shoes, socks, underwear? Imagine you mix it with your clean,
No, but look,
dirty
check this
socks
out.
and shit. You wanna be able to just at least be like, all right, there's a separate bin for the Mexicans. And the
No, but look, check this out. They
Like,
when
you
they
wanna-
do you remember the caravans?
Can't
The caravans were
cross
coming
colors.
in, and they were like coming in thousands. When they were coming in,
And they weren't even Mexican, dude.
They were-
They're from South
Outside.
America.
so
Guatemala.
check this
so-
out.
They're just
So check this out, Betsy.
using
When-
Mexico because Mexico's so lenient.
Yeah. So check this out. They started testing a lot of them. They were bringing like tuberculosis, a lot of fucking disease,
Malaria.
malaria. They were bringing a bunch of shit
Ebola.
because they don't get treated over there. They don't get vaccinated. They're not as strict as over here.
Yeah.
So that is just
and honestly,
bringing
like
a lot of diseases
honestly,
back here.
like a lot of them really in their heart felt like
That's how I got
we
AIDS.
have to go.
What do you think about the Hong
We
Kong
have
flu?
to go.
The Hong Kong flu,
Or the Asian fever?
the sideways vagina flu.
You know that those are real names? The Asian fever and the Hong Kong flu?
I like Hong Kong food.
That shit happened in the 50s and in the 50s and 60s.
Oh yeah. No, I heard about that.
Those
That's-
are real
they
names.
brought it up because they were blaming Trump for something, and then they counter argued it with
Yep.
the Hong Kong flu. They had no problem with that.
It was already a name.
Yeah,
Like
because
this-
they named it after where it had originated from.
Uh-huh.
Kind of like Ebola. It was named after the Ebola River on Africa.
What was Chinese calling it? Chinese flu? The Chinese flu? Is that what it was
The
called?
Chinese virus.
Chinese virus?
Because it came from China.
Didn't it? Dude, we have
No,
proof.
no, China.
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 A China. Like that, Martin. That's what it is. Anyways, we have proof on this podcast. I've been trying you guys from what? Way back when. I've been trying you guys. These Chinese people are sneaky as hell, man. Like, I don't trust them.
No, they're
I don't trust them. Not for anything that I could have ever perceived with my little brain.
We have been
But
talking
just-
about the.
but
the
just
Chinese
knowing.
people, those
They're
chicks.
just a little sneaky, dude. Like I've gone to get my nails done and like
Oh.
you just know. You get that vibe that like there's no trust.
They're talking shit.
Talking shit.
Ready for the-
Like this bitch has fungus too.
I have nothing against
What
Chinese
is that?
people. I have everything against the Chinese government. I
The
think the
people
government is
are
the bad one.
listen to their
Yeah.
government. Like
They're
why?
complicit.
You know why?
It's 'cause-
Because they don't believe in Jesus Christ. Christ!
No,
They
no.
wouldn't let somebody fucking run around
It's not,
with like
it's
that.
not that. It's that that's
Why
their
can't they
culture. That's
stand
where
up?
that's how they were
They,
raised.
it's
They're-
like it's
no.
like saying the
Listen.
cartel
Well, they're-
is their culture. I have nothing against the Mexican government. It's their culture to be in cartels. That's their heritage. No, bitch, like you know those people are choosing to be ignorant and look the other way.
You're like right here. When you go right here.
Alright, I'm just saying that like you can't say that the culture is to be, you know, like you can't let this happen. You gotta speak up and
No, I do agree with
You
Betsy
can't-
saying
if-
that,
if
that
you-
they are like complicit because a lot of them do try to stand up, and then they get punished, and then the rest of them see and they're like, oh okay,
oh no, it's not
I don't
worth
want
it.
that shit, and then
Yeah.
they're like, I'm not gonna.
No, you
criticize
gotta
the
fight.
government,
Where's your courage?
And on top of that, I'm gonna snitch on my neighbors.
Yeah,
That's like that's. I mean, like then at the same time, it's like that's how that is their culture. Like to their in their
it
mind,
gets to the
that's
point.
normal.
in their
But
mind,
when
that's normal.
it's like
Just
it's-
like Americans, in our mind, having guns and being able to fucking carry guns, it's normal for
and
us.
shoot
But
tigers.
and talk shit about Donald Trump and Obama.
But in places like England, that is not normal. You can't have a fucking gun, not even if you're a cop.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
you
So
have to be like a
and
special.
everybody thinks that's okay over there, and everybody thinks it's okay over here.
Yeah, I would feel like if I didn't have
Like
a gun over there in
Martine.
England, I'd feel like, dude, all these fucking like, I feel more vulnerable. You know?
No shit, especially with all the tourism and people that
All
don't
the
respect
Muslims.
your
Well, have you ever
culture.
seen that movie,
Yes.
Clock
The
Turn Orange?
Muslim. This before all of this
They had
flew.
a bunch
It was
of Muslim
the
dumps in there.
yeah, and what
They
happened?
were.
Raids,
They
murders,
had a bunch of-
raids, and like
Rape started skyrocketing because of, and then it also went into there's some things
What are you
that.
talking about?
So
Before-
in England, right? Muslim refugees, they dumped them in the like Germany, all across Europe, the UK, everywhere, right? Where it created no-go zones because all these Muslim immigrants were dumped all in one concentrated areas, and those they didn't assimilate to the country's laws or anything. They just said a lot of them don't even know their language, and they just collect government welfare, and then they also think because there a lot of them are Muslim and the Quran tells them that they're allowed to rape women that are not the same.
Is that factual? Does the
Yes.
Quran
Yeah,
say?
no, it
Does
does.
the Quran say you're allowed to?
dude,
It
it
does.
says
You're
that
allowed
you
to
can
have
sell.
child.
It says that you can sell your own kid after the age of 9.
Do you know this? Did you read this?
There's a
Dude,
lot.
there is
no.
scripture that I have
Yeah.
read. I have
There's-
read it because it was on the
It's-
internet. It was like this lady was telling her story about.
No, but
her
there
dad
this is like a
selling
time and
her.
time a thing with like Muslims.
And-
It's just, and it's sad because it's like nothing's wrong
I
with
think-
Muslims, but it's just because a lot of them are peaceful.
That's their normal.
But
so you
their
can't,
normal is like they can't assimilate to the culture when they just got dumped and they were not forced to assimilate.
Right.
Like here, like in America, at least they are kind of like, well, everything's in English and you know we have to kind of assimilate to the laws. It doesn't matter if I in my country.
It's
But
it's-
Muslim is probably one of the scariest
it's
religions
very-
out there in the world because they're taking over, and it's like there's this word for Islamophobia, but there's not a word for religion, right? But there's not a word for Christian phobia. Like you never hear that. But yet, would you have more of a Christian phobia?
You hear the word Christian rhetoric.
rhetoric. Well,
There's
what
more
I
fear of
understand
Christians and
is
Muslims,
that
so I
we
don't
learn
think that's
from
real.
history, right? Like we've learned from the Christians, Crusades, and like other Catholics taking over and you know forcing it upon people. Why haven't we learned that? Since that's in our history, why haven't we adapted that to every religion? We only adapted to that specific religion. We're like, oh, Catholics and Christians. But in reality, it's every religion. They all possess a special power to, you know, inflict harm.
Even the Jews? Especially the Jews, right?
Especially the fucking Jews, man.
Even the Jews, what's we?
But we
Yeah, well,
all,
country,
we
they
never,
got nukes.
ever,
Yeah, that's why a
ever,
lot of
ever.
times-
It's
a
like
lot
a
of times-
case by case.
I
When-
support open borders for Israel, but they don't have open borders over there. They don't allow anybody unless you're fucking Jewish.
I just say like if
Or
we're
you're
if
tourists,
we're
right?
learning,
That's a pretty sweet gig, right?
Yeah.
If you're a tourist, come over here. This is your country.
Yeah, yeah.
That's pretty sweet. And like, if there was like a Christian, like, oh, don't worry, come over here if you're Christian. You're allowed. Everybody else, go fuck yourselves.
Mhm.
But come, if you're Christian, come over here.
I don't know.
Yeah.
How do you prove it? How do you prove it?
How do you prove what?
That
your
you're
beliefs.
Jewish.
No,
They just look at you?
No,
They
there's
have a
there's
computer
town
program?
Well,
Yeah.
in Israel, there's a town square where like you can be Muslim, you could be all this stuff, But they do vet you. They're not savages, but it's mostly like the weird things about the connections between the Israel government and the United States government. The Israel literally does own the United States government. The United States government is does everything in their favor,
Right.
including fight their wars, send them billions of dollars every year.
So are you anti-Israel?
I'm not anti-Israel. I just think that we should set some boundaries with Israel and say, why do we? I'm just trying to wonder, like, what dirt do they have on our politicians, or why do they
Oh,
own
a
them?
lot of dirt.
But like a lot of government officials, 3% of the United States population is Jewish, but the
Right.
majority own media.
Right.
The majority are in government officials,
We're,
and they're
everybody
like the,
else is
the
a
Rothschilds.
puppet.
All
All these
these
they got ties to Israel.
these are just Jewish people. They claim the Jewish faith, right? So
Yeah.
they all say they're pro-Israel, whatever, but they're not. But they say pro-diversity, open borders for the United States, just not pro-diversity and open anti-borders for
them.
for the Israel.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of hypocritical. It's like
Very
you hold
hypocritical.
all these views for this country. That's not helping us, but it's then you. Why does it you? There's a reason why Israel is still holding up in the Middle East. I'm just saying. I'm not against. And it sounds crazy. Like if you
It's just
criticize,
common sense.
if
Like,
you criticize
you're-
Israel, they already have us pegged where like, oh, you fucking want to kill them. You're like Hitler.
Oh.
Wait, why is
That-
Hitler? Hold on. Why is Hitler more known than fucking Stalin? Stalin was responsible
Yeah.
for more 80 million people of his own people, where Hitler is supposedly responsible for 6 million. Yet nobody fucking knows about Stalin, Mao.
Everybody knows about Mao and Stalin.
Well, not really.
not
dude.
like Hitler.
No, not like Hitler. You hear Hitler?
Not like Hitler.
You already know evil. Some dude.
I
asked a lot
think
of
my
people,
10-year-old would
Mao,
know. Like,
fucking Stalin. There's a lot of other dictators that did way worse shit than Hitler. Because honestly, what Hitler did wasn't even. It was evil.
Was it
I'm not a Hitler
Mussolini?
apologist. Mussolini.
Mm-hmm.
All those people, dude. There's still
Coney?
like Chow, Coney.
we haven't,
Like there's
we
a lot
haven't
of.
even gone to like South
There-
America.
No, there's a lot of evil people out there. Hitler was one evil motherfucker. That dude is stupid.
But-
I'm not an apologist for him. Fuck that guy. But to be accurate with history, 6 million Jews did not die in the Holocaust, and there was no Holocaust, in my opinion.
Oh my God,
You see, you can't even question it. But if you say there was no Armenian genocide, nobody goes, "Oh my gosh, you can't say that." But the Armenian genocide was also denied by a lot of people, and that was when Christians were being persecuted more and
Right.
more. And genocide, it was being a genocide up in Turkey.
Yes.
And there's a lot of things where it's just like, how come you can criticize one thing? We've been programmed where you can't even question one thing.
So like
But there's other
Egypt
things where we're like,
was like
I
the
don't give a fuck.
main source of like slave trade for like centuries before it just was
Do you
so
think Hitler faked
so
his death?
bad.
You think
No,
he
I
did?
didn't
And that
even-
and we
He lived?
still go
Yeah,
and
no, I think
we
he
look
did
at their
himself.
remains
Yeah,
and
he was
their
a coward.
pyramids and like
I
the
heard a
people-
joke. I heard the joke. Like, yeah, Hitler did a lot of shitty things, but he did do one great thing.
Killed himself.
He's the only one that killed Hitler.
Yeah.
No one else did. He did.
Oh, dude, I heard a way better joke before you said that one. I
Okay.
said, whoever killed Hitler is my hero.
Hey.
Wait a minute.
But you guys hear all the conspiracy theories about like how he went to
Argentina.
Argentina created. Well, no, a lot of Nazi scientists actually
Did
did
go
go
to
to
Did
Argentina.
go to Argentina.
That's why you have a lot of light-skinned Argentinians.
Yes. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Argentinian people think they're
Or
so
Nazis.
They're not, a lot of
superior.
them are actually
So
Nazis.
superior. And they
But-
carry this like
But here's the crazy part. What Nazi Germany did was not right whatsoever. They put Jewish people
How
in
is-
concentration camps.
How did Germany just go from being the most evil country in the
No.
world to now being
they're
like,
just super efficient.
now being
Like-
like an ally? How does that happen in the span of 60 years?
It doesn't. It doesn't.
Do you think the rest of the country is still kind of suspicious with Germany? They're like, hey, motherfucker.
No.
Well, no,
We don't
they're
forget.
overdoing it right now.
We don't forget.
If you protest like
Right.
within like six
You can't even
people or
talk
something like
about
that,
it. You can't even
You
talk
can't
about
talk about it.
You cannot.
There were some Chinese people that went over to fucking recently, like a couple years ago.
before.
I shouldn't say Chinese. They're Asian. They're like from Asian countries, right? So it could be in Japan or something. They went over to fucking to Germany, and they Zeke in front of a statue or something like that.
no.
The police fucking arrested their ass and jailed them.
Do you think?
Why?
I have a question.
They didn't have any, but a lot of Japanese people, like Japan, actually.
Oh, they're very proud.
They're
They're
proud
very
of
proud of
Hitler.
their heritage.
Well,
Not Hitler.
They have Hitler restaurants in Japan. They because they actually record history the way it went down, not just what Jewish people tell them be propagated through in our movies. Why is it that in our Hollywood movies,
Well,
always
Hollywood's
Hitler,
fucking
always
shit.
Nazi?
Always.
Why?
It's-
Every year I
it's
notice
disgusting.
that.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's like,
And you
why?
know what it is, Twink?
Because
You
they're
know
an
what it
easy
is?
target. Everybody hates Nazis.
But why? Like,
No.
Why not pick a new? Easy
It's
It's
target?
not an easy target.
It's overplayed.
You be
The
you you
Confederacy.
push it.
Yeah,
you
it's
push an
propaganda.
agenda.
It's propaganda.
You're pushing this theme, like, oh, it's still
Make
relevant.
sure-
Oh,
make
vampires
sure.
are still relevant. Let's keep making Twilight movies. Let's keep making
What are you
when
talking about?
Hollywood
Oh.
when they fixate on one thing that they want you, they like push it and push it. It was like a trend of like fucking that skyrocketed to like fucking Twilight Zone, not Twilight Zone. What is that? Twilight movies.
Oh.
And
Yeah,
it started off like
I-
tapering off and like then
I
then
feel
you
really
bought
bad,
it.
but,
Then
I
you're
just
like,
wanted to say,
Do you
put this on
believe
record.
that German Nazi Germany was bad?
Mhm.
Yeah, it was bad.
Of course, they were fucking evil, man.
Was Nazi Germany bad?
the government,
Yeah, Nazi Germany.
the government themselves being complicit.
Yeah, what they did and everything.
and
what
killing
they did to
people
Jewish
and testing
they did.
people.
Yeah, they did. They did a lot of horrible testing.
I feel like now in our society, we can't accept that people were getting murdered and gassed and tortured and experimented on. But yeah, at the same time, we're taking fetuses out of
Okay.
women,
Okay, but do you think Nazi Germany was bad?
and this is okay in our culture.
Oh, you're not
Do
answering.
I think
Yeah.
that what they did was bad?
Yes.
In their time frame and in their knowledge of how they would, in a sense, I understand why science was involved in it,
What
because
science?
They did
scientists
yeah,
and
a lot of
doctors
yeah.
and so many people
That's why a lot
benefited.
of no, they did look honestly.
Because
A lot of Americans,
all these
scientists, bought a lot of
tests.
information. Like the U.S. government bought a lot of information from these scientists
From,
because they were able to actually experiment on human.
Yeah.
Where the U.S. restricted that, so they're like, "Holy shit, this is." And that to me is like that's sick because it's like you're putting
You're-
science above human life, and it's just. And that's where it's like a lot of people I see they go, "Well, science is my religion." It's like, well,
I've never heard anybody say that.
I've heard it.
Scientology?
well.
What are you talking about? That's
No, but I
one.
have heard
That's
that.
just one thing.
That's
In Portland,
different.
No,
but
it's not.
in Portland?
No, it's not.
it's just whatever different religion.
Like there's a
Well-
degree of it, but some people go way out there and
One
say
time, let me tell you a quick
Scientology is
story.
my
Betsy.
religion.
I'll tell you a quick story real quick. I went to Portland one time and I felt like such a fucking like kind of a badass. I went over to the bar. Everybody was a fucking liberal, and I was like, oh, okay, cool, whatever.
How do you know everybody was a liberal?
Because I talked to them.
You
And they
talk
were
to
like-
everybody.
No, I mean,
You
like,
little
you
social
could
butterfly.
tell Portland, Oregon.
Yes.
You
yes,
know
yeah.
that's like the
yeah, they're all
ground
like
beating of
Ryan
Antifa.
Ryan people before she came to Tucson.
Yeah.
And like holding
So-
a gun.
So, anyways, I went there, and anyways, I left my wallet there at the bar, so I had to go back. And on my way back to go get my wallet, there was a fucking protest, a mass protest on the city hall or something. And I was like, all right. So I showed up and I went over there and I walked. And I
She's
talked,
such a little extrovert, right?
and then I talked to some of these people,
Yeah.
and there was this guy, right, fucking selling books of socialism. And I was like, oh, the irony. And I
Did
went
it
up
say
to him.
socialism? Like,
I forgot, no, it was literally like I can't remember the exact book.
The title was socialism.
Yeah, and I remember asking him like, so what is the book about? He like told me about it. He's just like, yeah, it's about this and that.
Was it Bernie Sanders in the books?
No. It was just this one guy and his wife. They set up a little tent.
Right.
And
Because
it was
they're like, these are our people.
Yeah, and then
They
they're like,
will accept
and I just
our
started asking
shit.
him questions. So I'm like,
Were they old?
no, he was like late 20s or early 30s.
Mm.
And I asked him, I'm like, well, why
Could
do
you take them?
Huh?
Could you take them?
Oh, easily.
Easily. That's why
Easily.
you went up to him.
Yeah. Well, I went up to him and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And everybody was wearing pussy hats, and some guy, some old man
Like
was
yours?
wearing.
Like the Nike ones?
Some young lady and some old man. I remember they were holding up signs similar, saying, "Science is my
I thought you were
religion."
wearing Nike
Science
hats
is my
also.
religion. That was a very popular
Yeah,
thing.
it's been it's like
And
they're
it's
making fun
always
of like
like,
Christians.
oh, okay, so
They say
like
they're on the side of facts.
spiritual, and like,
Well-
no, dude, legit, like you have somebody pregnant and you test positive. That's like testing positive for a
But-
virus
but,
that's
like-
alive in your body.
So, anyways,
You're
the whole
growing.
point is like I saw signs like that, and I knew there was no way like all these people that
There's
are
no
attending-
logic. It's like a
Well, look, I went and talked to
Train
some
that
guy. And I was
left.
like, so that guy that was selling books, right? And I said, oh, how much is this book? And he told me the price. I can't remember the price, but he's like, it's this much. And I said, so why don't you give me this book for free? If that's what you practice, you know,
That's your
sharing,
Bible.
essentially. And he goes, he smiles, he just goes, oh, well, you know, our system is not like that, or else I would give it to you like that, like the American system. And I said, oh, okay. And he goes,
blaming America.
yeah, and he goes, but he's profiting off selling this book.
Capitalism.
And he goes, but
Socialism.
I would like to keep talking to you, but I got to go, and you know, all these people are like
Waiting for me to
Waiting
take
for
your
me
money.
to-
Waiting for me to take their money.
yeah. And I was just like, okay, you know, and it was just like that. It was so weird. And then I went up to this girl, talked to me, started talking to me. It's
But
like,
she
yeah,
dressed like you.
yeah, she was,
Yeah.
but short
Like-
and fat,
Nice.
yeah.
She
And
was
then
like,
she
parallel
fucking came,
universe.
she came up to me, like I was walking, and I was like walking by this the other stand,
And
and
she was
then
like,
goes,
hey, sexy.
yeah, no.
you look good.
Oh, no, you told her.
I
hey,
had
sexy.
I had long
You're
hair,
like,
and she's like, "Damn, bitch, you're a bad bitch." And I was
Yeah,
like, "Who,
bad.
me?
You
Little
extra
me?
dick.
Ooh, little old me?"
You
Wait.
extra dick.
And she turned around like, "Oh."
you did
I
that.
thought you had a
That's
six
it.
pack.
Oh,
Damn.
Fuck.
That's gonna hurt
She almost
so
got
bad.
socked up right there, like that doggy.
All right.
Got 1-2. Man.
I 1-2 nub punch.
1, 2.
So no, I just started talking to her, and I was just like saying, yeah. So, and then I was like, oh, okay. And she was trying to pass a bill or have me sign a bill about passing a transgender, like allowing transgender people to walk into any bathroom they want.
And you said, fuck.
And I said,
You said, let me
well,
see
would
this
it, how,
clipboard.
like I said, well, I have a daughter, and I wouldn't feel comfortable if she
But
got
that was
to
a
an
man
age
right there.
and a man walked in following behind her.
What are you talking about?
And
What
she-
man? Men don't go into girls' bathrooms. But did you say transgender? Yeah, I did. So a man. No, not a
So you
man.
mean like a person with a
woman.
dick goes into
A
bathroom.
woman with a penis would go there,
Well,
but not a man.
So I told her, I'm like, you know, I just wouldn't feel that, and I explained to her that, you know, that scenario.
Do you feel
And then
that we're gonna get divided into like the north and the south again?
there's no way.
Before.
No, there's no way no more. Like,
How do you know? How do you
'Cause-
know? A lot of people move
There's too
to
much
where
control.
they're.
There's too much power.
yeah, like, look, Arizona between California and then there's Texas, and then above us is Nevada. Like, who would Nevada fall into? Maybe red. But then at the same time, not everybody's like, it wouldn't be completely blue against red.
No, like yeah.
It'd be the
but
coast versus the interior of the government. The
Yeah,
interior.
yeah, it'd probably be the government versus the people. Honestly, that's the closest civil war I think would happen, because the government wants more control, maybe, and then there's going to be a
you think
uprising of
this,
a lot of people saying, "No, fuck you off," you know?
Do you think this coronavirus kind of like chilled down fucking PC culture? You
No.
think people are
No.
like? You think people
No.
are like?
Yes.
Hey, let's not talk about if
What are you
your
talking
woman
about?
has a penis. There's a lot of people dying, so
What are you
let's
talking
not
about?
talk about this.
So,
So
like,
there-
you know
no,
how
there's still a lot
I
of
have
crazy
an
people.
opinion, but
Yeah.
you go first. You go first.
There's still a lot of
Ladies
crazy. There's still a lot of crazy people. Thank you. Where they're like, they still hold these crazy ass beliefs, right? But a lot of feminists have denounced their role in women are equal and we don't need no help to I'll file for like government assistance. Oh, I need food. I'm gonna ask my brother
There's
or
a
my
lot of-
dad.
There's a lot of
Oh
liberals.
shit!
There's a lot of liberals right now, man, that would say, "I would
The-
never own a gun."
Exactly.
I
The gun
would
issue.
never own a gun. Then all of a sudden, these same
Everything's at the
liberals,
pawn shop.
all of a sudden, these same liberals, they're out there buying guns.
That's why.
You know what's open? What's considered essential here in Tucson, Arizona?
What?
It's fucking pawn shops.
Yeah.
Why?
That's right.
Why?
Because they have guns.
They have guns.
And because they give people money if they need money.
But yeah,
I
like,
would
like
say their profit comes from guns.
I said, there was a
like-
video of like
right
these
now,
gun shop owners.
right now. If all they had was like selling you a fucking used toaster, they wouldn't be essential. Like,
So-
No, but you could sell your used toaster to get $5 so you could feed
Okay.
one person for a day.
So check this out.
See?
There's like this video of like this gun shop owner saying we have record sales, and all these first time gun owners think they can
All
just
have
waltz in
all
here
have man buns.
and buy a gun. Like this is like in California,
Oh,
and they're
they
like,
don't-
they passed a bunch of laws where you have to
They
wait
can't
fucking
even.
3 days or a week or something, you know? And then you have to take classes, all this stuff. And it's crazy because it's just like, you
They do
now
this to
realize,
themselves.
like, hey,
You
the
do this
gun,
to
the
yourself.
the gun debate just went out the window. It's like, everybody rushed to buy guns, first time gun users. A lot of
And
people.
you should be. And
Yeah,
honestly,
you should.
maybe a psych test wouldn't hurt.
No,
But-
I don't, you
Dude,
know.
yeah, you don't want schizos out there with
You
guns.
don't,
but at the same time, they're not
scary
gonna
part,
waste
no,
their.
but look, the scary part is, if they put a psych test, guess what? The government, right? They just
Right,
like the
right, right.
president.
They
Oh
decide-
wait, did you vote for Trump a long time? Oh wait,
Oh, you crazy
You're
uh-uh.
not
fuck.
fit.
Fuck you, bitch. Trump was one of those crazy motherfuckers. You know, who
You
gets to
voted
decide
for
that?
Hitler?
The government
Oh,
could be
I
like
heard-
set those rules where it's like you gotta
Yeah,
be, you
yeah,
gotta
it's
hit a
true.
perfect roll.
There was this
Then it restricts everybody's rights.
documentary. I forget what it was called, but it was about a sculpture, the unknown sculpture, or something like that, right? I don't know. I think I stumbled in it like on YouTube. It was a shit-tastic documentary, but it was a documentary nonetheless.
Yeah.
And it was about a sculpture builder guy who made sculptures for the German people and their
What kind of
allies.
sculptures?
Just sculptures, just art.
Like
But he
Hitler
was high
sculptures?
profile, like big people bought his shit, and he was connected to.
Oh, I remember.
He
The
was
old
some-
man.
It's a dude, I bet.
Marty wants to see a big dick.
That's a fucking dude, I know it.
Oh,
She's gonna, no, watch. She's hiding something. I guarantee, I don't know yet.
okay. Why are we watching this?
For research purposes, guys. We just saw a crackhead.
What's going on, Jonathan?
I don't know, it's the internet.
Crazy shit.
You've never heard of this website?
No, never. I don't go on porn sites.
It's not a porn site.
That was porn. Jesus. So, I wanted to ask all of you,
What happened?
if you die of the coronavirus,
I might have gotten a virus, bro.
That soon?
That's it.
this is straight up porn though.
No. No. It's not.
You've seen this?
I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
trying to look for a
Jude
specific.
loves watching this shit.
I don't. I almost feel like this is a fucking dude. I almost fucking feel
You
like.
feel
it's-
like it, but it's probably not, dude. It's
But it probably
not.
is.
And we're watching porn.
We're
Richie?
not.
That's what you puts on.
The fuck? I'm trying to get to a certain part of the video because it's after this. There's another video.
Hey, what country is she in?
Mexico. It's 6. Fuck this, dude.
Oh yeah, she is in Mexico. That's 6.
Yeah.
That's 6 gas station. Alright, let's enough of this shit.
Fuck this.
Enough of this.
Wait, what were you trying to show?
I have no idea.
It's just a specific video.
of the guys sucking the other guy's dick.
No, okay, so long story short, and there's a video out there, I'll probably, you'll probably find it, but it shows these 2 homeless people smoking crack. One is a black guy, one's a white guy. They're smoking crack. When the white guy takes a hit, he gives it to the black guy. As soon as he gives it to him, he starts bending over, pulls his pants down, he gets on all fours. The black guy smokes crack, and fucking opens that white dude's butt cheeks and
I've
blows
seen
smoke in
this.
his ass.
I've
You've
seen
seen
this.
that?
You've seen this, right?
Oh, I haven't seen this shit.
It was viral.
Yeah.
Like I saw this and I was like, doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Doesn't, but it's shocking. Like it is shocking. Like
Seeing
to-
that, fucking
like,
seeing
just
another
seeing
dude
it.
blow another dude smoke crack in another dude's asshole just
In
'cause
a
it's
way,
fun.
I was like, no, I don't know.
lot of
Maybe
drugs make you fucking
it's
homosexual.
because it gives you a different high, like second hand, like it's like I don't know. Do you
Well,
know
the asshole has a lot of blood vessels, bro.
it does, and
it
like you
absorbs
can
a lot of drugs in there.
it does. So
You can shove a
Crackers are
tampon.
smart.
You can shove a
liquor.
soaked tampon
Of
of
liquor.
liquor up your ass and
And
get
get drunk.
shit-faced, bro.
Yeah.
it's weird, and you
get
won't even
shit-faced.
smell. You probably won't even like
No,
test
no.
unless they do blood.
Yeah. Yeah, you probably won't even get blood alcohol tested. Like, if you want to get shit faced, bro, you shove a
And
liquor
try.
tampon up your ass, and then when you get pulled over and blow, nothing's gonna happen. You're like, oh, no alcohol content with my breath, because it's all up in my ass.
Because
Breathalyzer.
I'm a raging alcoholic faggot.
Yeah.
Faggot.
I wonder what kind of drug. Do you think it's the same level of drunk, like the same type of drunk?
I heard
or
it
do you
gets you
think
more
it's
drunk.
Yeah,
It's
that's
more
what I
drunk?
heard.
From my understanding, I don't know.
I've never tried it.
Never
right?
tried it,
I
but honestly,
A
like
soaked tampon up
I
your
swear to
ass
God,
with
yeah.
liquor, bro.
just like when people are having
Anal
really
sex?
bad temperatures, and you give them like an anal.
Bead?
What, Martin? You give your patients anal beads.
That's right, one by one.
And then I pull it out
And
one
then-
by one.
And then he smacks it on them, on their face, and then says, oh, this person's incompetent.
Oh shit, Chewy knows some fucking medical words. Look at Chewy. This person's
Drew's gonna
incompetent.
be a nurse one day.
Oh my god.
He's gonna be getting
So Chew's gonna have
all
an
the
electrical
incompetent
job.
patients.
Chew's gonna have an electrical job and
Dude,
he's
they make more
torn.
nurse.
He's torn in his head. He doesn't know if he should do the electrical job white status
Hypothetically
or make
speaking.
Mexican status.
I don't know whether to do it the American versus the Mexican. The Mexican status feels so much more appealing.
Yeah.
Because the American status is like, you got to get people to come out and file. I got to file a permit. But the thing is, the owner probably didn't file a permit to build the addition already.
Right.
But which you already did with
Like
concrete
this.
slab and everything. Then after that, you got to add, file for a permit to add more electrical work. But I don't think they care. But I'm just like,
But it takes so much time to build.
It's
You're
a waiting
losing
period.
time.
And then I think you got to pay them a little bit, a fee, to have them come over here and then say
$80.
it's okay for you. You did it right, and they have to keep that. But they have to keep that in the file to say, well, you can't dig over here because there's a fucking line of electrical.
Right.
Or if you did dig, just be aware it's in this area. But if we don't tell the city, the owner will get in trouble if they ever find out, whatever.
Which
But at the end of the day, we can just disconnect it and say it's not. There's no line wire. What happens if you have a couple of switches and outlets with wire, but the wire
you
is
just
not
take
live,
the.
and you can just
take
disconnect
the,
it. Yeah, from the breaker, you just
from
disconnect it.
Their little breaker
So
thing.
at the end of the
Be
day,
like,
you can
there's
just be like,
nothing wrong
yeah.
here.
You know, I don't know, but I think
say-
I'm gonna do it anyways. I'm gonna do it as right as possible, so that way, that if they do get someone to come over, they'll just say it passes the inspection. That's it. You know what I mean? That's all I can hope for, and it's really simple. Just keep it safe and simple.
Keep it safe. Keep it simple.
Yeah,
I
How much
feel
money?
like
How much money are you hoping to make?
not a lot.
How much money are you hoping to make?
100.
Oh, come on, more than that.
100.
For what?
you're talking about a piece.
It's just lighting up a little room, like drilling through the 2x4s.
Is it open?
Wait.
Yeah, it's open.
Tell
Oh.
me what they said. Tell me what they said.
Nice.
Put
Yeah,
wire.
it's a shed, but it's like a house. It looks like a house inside.
Nice.
I would
It's
pay. I would pay around 200. Electrical shit.
Well, you got to
You-
think about you paying for the parts,
Oh,
The
okay,
pieces?
Okay. All right.
then the labor.
Okay, you're right. Maybe
I'm just
100
doing
is
the
right.
labor, and I'll
Say 120. Say like 120.
if they feel like I
20,
did such a
like
good job, then they
120.
can. If they don't,
They
because
won't.
and that's
People
fine with me.
won't.
I don't care. Like, but I've had a lot of jobs where like I say this
Sweet.
much, and they're like, "Nah, I'm giving you $100 extra." You know, and I feel bad because I'm just trying to do it for like because I love that. I love the challenge. You know, I already have a job that I'm stable with. I'm not doing it because I'm trying to I'm fiending. You know, I'm not gonna
Right.
hold my hey crack dealer, hold my daughter. No, I'm like tell that crack dealer, dude, I got the fucking
Did you really
money.
give the people the price?
Give me the crack.
Yeah.
You really give people
So-
the price?
Yeah, I said like, cause I know them. I don't know them, but I know the person who referred me, and he was right there. So I was like, you know what?
Really?
Yeah.
How?
Huh?
Work?
Yeah,
Pablo's.
no, it's Bado's Jaime. You know Jaime?
Yes.
It's I think his sister or her cousin or something. Like
Oh,
that.
okay.
So they're like
not-
related, and I'm not. Yeah, I'm just like, you know, they're building a bunch of other shit. I'm just
Like
like,
what?
I don't want to work. I don't know. Like they want to add a gate.
They,
to the
they
front.
want to add an extra room that they could house illegal immigrants.
That's
in.
right, Dougie. They even talked about adding an AC unit in that little shed.
Oh,
But
these
it's a pretty
immigrants
good
are better paying high price. Did you
Yeah.
hear about those
They-
immigrants
like,
that
they want
got
them to-
murdered
They want you to install
because
a
they
cage in
didn't
there.
have the.
Wait, you wanted to unlock from the inside?
Wait, we need electrical
I
work
want electrical
for
on the
the
gate.
gate.
So can you make it so if they touch the gate, they get
She
electrocuted?
was like $100.
Could you make it where?
$100, Dougie. That's what he said.
Yeah, I was like,
But-
They're like, could you make it where like if they don't have papers on them, they can get electrocuted?
Let me
Did Donald
fix this
Trump party?
algorithm. Yes. Donald
Imagine.
Trump
Do you think
algorithm.
things would be? You think the people, the American people, would be like very upset if Donald Trump made the border wall, right? He's like, but they're still gonna jump and be like, no, you don't understand. Electric. fence.
Electric.
Even if they try to cut it.
Well, there was talk of that.
Well, they were talking about
Yeah,
electric
they were
fencing.
talking about electric. They were talking about a bunch of shit, bro.
Look, I want a river. I want a river all around.
A moat.
Yeah, I want a river, and we put alligators in that bitch.
That's a moat.
Hungry ass alligators all around, and all we feed them is Mexican
Mexican.
meat.
And you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? Mexico has more resources than America to thrive.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
like agriculture-wise, mineral-wise, and
So did
just the
Venezuela.
fucking work ethic.
Remember
Look at
when we-
us, like
Remember when we went to Puerto Vallarta?
yes.
We flew over a rainforest.
Fuck, dude, it was
Yeah?
crazy.
Oh,
it was crazy.
rainforest.
Like I'm like
They
thinking
have
of
a
Mexico,
rainforest.
it was
like,
like in the movies and shit.
yes,
Nice.
tropical as fuck. Like
You
you're
think
like
it-
you're entering fucking
You think you'll
what's that
survive-
movie with the
You
monkey
think you
that's
survive
like,
like 3 days there if they told you, hey, pack your shit?
dude,
whatever you
no,
want.
I wouldn't survive. I'd be so scared. There's so much animals
3
there.
days. 3 days, 3
You
nights.
could just
Yeah.
hear the fucking animals. I'm like,
You give me a bow and arrow,
Yeah,
And you tell me
maybe,
go over
maybe
there?
with weapons, but by yourself, would you be able to
You gotta
survive?
think insects,
No.
snakes.
I think I would be able to
Nah.
survive. Give me
Fuck
rope.
no.
Give me rope. Give me.
Dude,
give me
when
a
we were
container.
there, we saw animals like sea turtles
What would you
crawling
eat? What
out
would
of
you
the
feed on?
ocean and like.
Let's say you can't find a fucking mammal anywhere.
Oh, I'll find mammals.
Bugs.
I'll find mammals.
Yeah.
You're by yourself.
I'll find mammals. I'll find birds. I'll set traps, snare traps. Fucking-
Wait a minute. Do you have tools in this scenario?
You don't need tools for a snare trap or a Mexican whip trap.
What's a Mexican whip trap?
It's you get
A whip?
No,
La
no,
chancla?
no. you
What?
find a tree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And it's just like.
You find a tree that has two trees right next to it, right?
Yeah.
And you get some type of vine or some type of rope, and you put it in between these trees. You get another stick, like an elk stick, and you put it in between that rope or that
With the
vine,
Y?
and you sharpen that end, and then you put another stick right there, and you twist it. You twist it, make it really tense,
Oh, yeah,
and then
yeah,
stop it, and then
I've seen
put
a
the
video of this killing an alligator.
put the stick on there, and
It
it holds
kills
it,
alligators.
and then put some type of fucking
Because
bait
I,
on the tip of
you
it, and
put
when the
their
animal
you put
comes.
the alligator eggs there like as bait.
When the animal comes and feeds on the bait, it drops the stick, and this shit just goes and whips them. It whips and
Stabs
pierces their hide.
Do it a couple times.
And you
No.
can make this
What?
yeah, and you can make this trap as big or as small as you need it to be.
Like we're system wise.
Well, no. The size of it. You can make a big one, or you can make a
No.
little one.
Well, that's
Well-
interesting. I never heard of that.
Yeah, and you can make it out of all
like-
stuff that you find in the
That's
wild.
one trap.
A trap.
That's one trap.
You could dig a
What are
hole.
you gonna do if like mosquitoes and malaria and like fucking monkeys come
Well, just
and
hope
eat
that
your
shit don't
fucking
kill you.
like attack you, and you don't even like we're not prepared for that. We're not adapt for that. We're adapt for
You don't think we have
not
enough-
being around there. We're adapt to avoiding all
You don't
that.
think we have enough vaccines?
Maybe.
Is
But
it weird that Bill Gates is openly saying he thinks there's too much population? Yeah, he believes in vaccines and everybody should get them. Yeah, he won't vaccinate his own kids.
it is weird. It's
But
like
he's
too much
vaccinated,
population of you stupid people.
Does he have kids?
My smart
Yep.
genes will live while you
And on top of
dumb
that,
people die.
he says that he thinks he's openly admitted
Yeah.
saying that
Smart
his
people are
open
like
views
that.
are saying that
They're smart.
there's too many people alive.
Yeah. Like
And I'm like, that's pretty fucking weird. And they're like, oh, you're gonna help us out with the vaccine?
no, let's
Yeah, you're not gonna
let's
give
go
your
back a few episodes, motherfucker.
I don't know.
Yeah, no,
Weird.
yeah,
You think
like
Bill Gates the big boogeyman?
No, but he was a part of event 204 or 201. I forgot what it is.
Can't
But
say
look it up
shit,
real quick,
Richard.
dude. It's weird as fuck. There's one of the weirdest things too. Is on
Okay.
YouTube. It's been
Can
on.
we-
It's
can
been
we
on
put it
September.
up?
It's
Can
been
we
on
put it-
September since September
Put it on
or
YouTube.
October. But no. It's just a long ass forum of saying this. What happens if a coronavirus gets released into the public? They
Which
fucking
is-
predicted
which
this
is
in September, November,
because-
before the outbreak happened in Wuhan.
because it is
And you're
predictable.
like, wait,
like it
what?
really is predictable. They teach this
It's
to
fucking
medical
weird,
staff.
man.
They
Yeah.
go over this. They're like, this could be an issue.
But
This
it's
will be an
fucking weird
issue.
that-
This is an issue.
But it's weird that
And
they
it's
posted
like-
all like a whole series of that, like of a exercise, right before like they published it. Like then right
and
before.
now we're like, we don't know what to do.
And Bill Gates had a huge deal into that event 204, event
Wow.
201. I forgot what it
A lot of people are talking conspiracy with this coronavirus.
It's-
I've heard
It's
them
not
all over.
conspiracy. I hate that like term. I
It is
feel
a
like
theory. Everything's
It's
a
a-
conspiracy theory until people
it's a
like,
theory,
Fake or prove it real.
but I
Yeah.
hate that that's been labeled as a negative. I feel like
Yeah.
this. Why can't we just be open, like minded, or actually like thinking about other possibilities? It has to all just go conspiracy theory. No, you have a working brain that wanders, and that's the beauty of it. Everybody has the power to wonder. Like you get information from everywhere. Well, why
We're
can't you
about to
just
hit the.
ponder?
I'm sorry,
2
we're
hour
about
mark?
to the 2 hour mark.
Let's finish this shit.
Just
man.
finish it. To say
Bill Gates is the devil? Is
Fuck
that where-
Bill
where
Gates.
we're ending?
I'll see you sexy motherfuckers later.
bye.
Yeah.